Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello, hello. Whoo! I know I'm late. I'm sorry for that. Oh, it's been a hectic day, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a hectic day. I wasn't expecting to go to the gym with my cousin out in the city, but I did. I'm gonna have to go again probably Thursday. So stream might be a little late on Thursday, but we're here. We are here. Karela, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Equinox, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. And Patrick, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. All right, I'm gonna address two things. One, well, I'll address three things. We'll get the elephant out of the room. So, when I got spoiled, we're gonna talk about that really quick, and then we're gonna move on from it. So yes, I did get spoiled on main chapters 36 and 35. So basically, I got spoiled on, for those who don't know, I got spoiled on Bianca's chapter, and then I got spoiled on Dreams Rewound. Yeah, I was very, very pissed when the said person decided to do that. I can't do anything about it anymore. You know, it's. I should have expected it. It just kind of came me at blindsided. You know, it was more of like it's coming out of left field. But I should have known coming into this that, you know, going into this, I knew that I should have known that this was going to happen. This was probably going to happen. I just wasn't expecting it to happen 2 chapters before I'm done and caught up. It is what it is. You know, I can't do anything about it. I can sit and mope about all I want, but, you know, I'm just going to, you know, I can just move on from it, you know, make sure that no one else got spoiled by it. That's all that matters to me at this point. As long as no one else got spoiled onto it, then that's all that matters to me. I will not be spoiling it whatsoever to anyone else. I'm trying to forget about it as best I can, so that way when I go into the main stories, I'm good to go. I'm going to just focus on that. Just forgetting about it, moving on with the other chapters and all of that. So that's basically what's going to be happening there. So yes, I did get spoiled. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it, but I can only control what I can control. And that's something that I want you all to know, is that control what you can control, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't control this person from spoiling me. I couldn't control this person from continuing to spoil me and then say thank you after the said person spoiled me. You know, I can only control what I can control, and I controlled what I controlled. I let everyone know, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna get banned. You're gonna get hidden from my channel. I don't play that game. So it is what it is, and yeah. So yeah, I got spoiled. Yes, unfortunately, I did get spoiled. Rez, it is very unfortunate. It is what it is. So I can only moving forward with it. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. It just sucks pretty much. Not the worst chapters to be spoiled on. Still sucks to hear. Yeah. At least it can't happen again after you catch up soon. I was gonna say once I'm like, I was gonna say, like, I'm to the point where I'm caught up. So like, but the fact that it happened as I'm so close to being caught up is the wild part to me. So, you know, it won't, and like I agree, it won't happen again after I get caught up with the story. So once I get caught up with the story, then it's, you know, I'm caught up with everybody else. So, you know, YouTube removed displayed names. Sucks. Yeah. Well, I removed the said person who spoiled me. Because, you know, I don't want you all to go on a witch hunt for this person. But, you know, I handled it. It is what it is. I made sure that this person won't come back again, and decided to do that. Said person decided to spoil it on my short film. So that was even more wild. So, you know, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it, but all I could do is control what I could control. You know, I removed them, made sure no one else decided to see that comments, and move on with it. It's still on my feed, on my YouTube, on my notifications, so it is still there, but it is what it is. So Midas. Oh, you're talking about this. Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can switch that. Because that has been happening. Is there a way for me to... I wonder if I can... How do I bring back displayed names? Is there a way for me to do that? Or did YouTube just flat out be like, hey, we're not just doing that anymore? Display usernames on YouTube stream. Is there? Did I accidentally disable it? To display usernames on YouTube stream, you need to use YouTube channel's name or handle in the chat. This is done. Blah 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 blah. My display names is same name without the numbers. Oh, okay. I wonder if I can fix that. Let me see if I can fix that. Live chat replay, live chat leaderboard, participant modes, anyone, live reactions, slow-mo, details. Nope. Automatic chapter, nope. Nope. Betting, nope. No, I can't do it. YouTube thing, we don't get to fix it. Oh, it's a YouTube thing? Oh, okay. Well, that is unfortunate. That sucks. So, alright. Well, I'm sorry I can't fix it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I can't fix it. You should try out Limbus Company story after you catch up to the side hustle as a side hustle if you down for another story. Maybe, yeah. I've heard good things about the story. I've heard the story is pretty good. I also heard that in the beginning we get the said people get bodied right off the rip, but then we get saved by someone else. I know that much, but that's about it. Gameplay wise, I've seen a little bit of it. I don't know if it's gonna intrigue me enough. Sorry, for y'all just seeing that. That did not happen. Sorry about that. I gotta be a gentleman here. My fault. Anyhow, that was very unprofessional of me, so I'm sorry about that. Anyhow, Limbus Company. It's a maybe. It is a maybe. I don't know yet. We're gonna see. It's up in the air. Let's go with that. Combat is really nice once you actually try it out. Oh, okay. Cool. We're gonna. I just want to chill. Oh. I just want to sit here and chill with y'all for a second before we get into it. Because I also got to announce 2 more things. So, okay. We got the third one out of the way. We got the first one out of the way, which is the spoiling part. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Now, the next thing I'm going to announce, and that is the short film. The short film is almost done. It is in the final production phase. All I need to do now is final audio mix and get a couple more visuals. That's it. So it's gonna be a very long night for me. It'll probably be I probably won't be sleeping tonight. It'll probably be a no sleep type beat because I've also got to work on some other things on the back end besides the short film. On top of that, getting the next short film ready to roll. So I've got to do Jateve's short film. So after I finish this short film tonight, I'm hoping to get it done tonight after the stream. Once I get this short films done. Once I do this short film, which is Selena's, I move to do Jateve's story, which is the short film. That one I have an idea on how I want to do it. And then I'm working on stuff on the back end on top of that. So that's going to be pretty much everything that's going to be going there. I've also... The current short film was also going to be like 15 minutes long. But after cutting out some things, I was able to trim it down to 9. So that's a relatively decent spot for me to be at for it. I really liked how it was 15, but I think how on one of the sections it was going to be too much, and that should be its own short film technically. So basically, that's what I was going to do. So I had to cut that section out. That's going to be for a different short film, but keep everything else that I had it. So basically, all I got to do now is finish up final mixing and getting a little bit more visuals, and that's ready to roll. I'm hoping to have it out by Thursday. If I can get it out tomorrow, that'd be great, but I'm going to try to shoot for Thursday. And then Jateve's short film, I am hoping to try to get that out by the end of the weekend. We're going to see on that. And then, like I said, working on other things on the back end. And I can't wait for you all to see the stuff on the back end. I just got to be very patient with it. So, do short power naps. I have thought about doing power naps. The problem is that if I do a power nap and I do like a 15-minute nap, then I'm just gonna snooze button. Then I'm out. I'm out cold for the rest of the night. Man is dedicated. I gotta be honed in on the content, especially for what I got planned. So I gotta be real. These are gonna happen. These nights are gonna happen to where I don't get sleep one night, and I still gotta go to work and do my stuff, and then gotta do everything else on top of that to redo it all over again. So it comes with the territory of wanting to become a content creator, at least in my eyes, for what I gotta do and what I have planned. This comes with the territory of some nights I'm not gonna get any sleep, and you just gotta roll with that in order to get some things done. So that's basically how I look at it, and that's that could be for anything in life. On top of that, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then let's see, what was the final one? Oh yeah, final one was tomorrow, Thursday stream. Thursday stream might be again at 7:30. It might realistically be 8. I'm gonna try to shoot for 7:30. I started working out with my cousin because I'm helping him with his gym stuff. So I'm going to his gym, which is out in the city, so it's out of my way. It's a longer drive for me at least. So I got to go out to him, and I'm gonna show him. I went to him today, and we did back and bi and abs. So I basically ran through him, through how I work out, what I'm looking for when I'm working out, how I work out, and what I'm going for. And then same thing again. I'll go on Thursday if plans align, and I'll show him chest, shoulders, and tries, because that's basically what I do. And he's having shoulder problems, so I'm gonna really help him with the shoulders. So again, it might be a late stream Thursday. We're gonna see. I'm hoping I can get back at 7. We're gonna see. Plan for it to be 7:30, 8 o'clock ish, just because of that, because I want to make sure my cousin's good. But then after that, I should be going back to regular scheduled program, because I'm only just gonna tell him like, hey, this is what I can do. If you want to do it, it's we gotta find what works for you. You gotta if this workout don't work, then you can try a different workout. And that's what happened today. We did a workout. Well, we did one of the exercises, and he wasn't feeling it. I said, that's fine. Some exercises you're gonna feel it, and some other exercises you're not gonna feel. You just gotta be able to do it. It's okay if you're late. Better late than never. Yeah, like I say, I would rather be late than to not do it at all that night. I would rather be late to the stream than to like cancel that stream. Like, hey, I'm not doing a stream tonight. I'm like, hell no. Like, I'm gonna stream regardless. But we are gonna go till 10 tonight, because that way I can come. That way, when the stream's over, I can go up, get me some dinner, and then get ready for the long night ahead for pushing out content. So that's basically what's gonna happen. So that's all 3 of the announcements that I wanted to get out of the way. With that being said, I want to get right on into Arcade Anima. That's the plan tonight. We're going to be starting that. And then if we have time, we will be starting her actual floating record. Whew! We did a lot of talking there, ladies and gentlemen. I got my water. I'm ready to roll. I got to mute the music. And then we're good. Pause. Yoink. Unmute. Boink. Boom. All right. And unmute the game. I just muted the game. Ouch. There we go. Okay. Vera dog's barking when her new frame was announced. I heard that when Vera's frame got announced, everyone was going bonkers. I would have to see why it would need to be, why they were going bonkers for it. Hold on, I gotta get the music going on.
Please look forward to my performance.
Keep the battle game. Yeah, battle game's gonna be that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to roll. It's a side Arcade Anima. I'm saving the pool for next live. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get to live next. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Land of Bliss, Drowning Story. Here we go, Chapter 1. Let's do it. Oh my. Okay. Blood gushes from the neck, splattering into the face of the next person. The searing stimulus forces an involuntary scream from his throat. Liv became an attacker before a new dark tank. Hey, that's fine. Karenina needs to be in there as long as she can. If she can hold out for as long as she can, then I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I know what she wants. I'll do it. I'll tell you everything. Don't kill me. Then you better prepare your excuses in advance. I don't have time to wait for you to calm down. The Crimson figure toys with their small knife under, and the man's terrified gaze kicks the third flesh corpse off the deck. The waves instantly swallow any trace of the person's existence. Seeing this, the man grows so tense that he dares not swallow in case of his blade the blade against his neck would slice his throat open. She betrayed Turtle like me, and we both ended up like the Dahlias. She seemed perfectly normal at first, carrying out missions and everything for Dahlias, but without any issues. Oh yeah, I forgot he went rogue too. But none would expect it there, for there would be revenge, not even me! The man's eyes widen as if recalling something terrifying, and he gets agitated once more. One day, she pulled me aside and told me not to go work the next day. Don't you get it? I know something was wrong the moment she said it! Seems like she trusted you quite a bit. The man winces, squinting his eyes shut as he recalls the past. She also told me that your mission together all those years ago to find the keys was fake. It was deliberately staged and the real key had already been recovered by the Dahlias, so she wanted to do something about it. And she succeeded! She made a move the very next day, not only killing the mastermind who wronged all of you, but also escaping with the real key. She even managed to discover where all traces linking her to it. Afterward, everyone assumed that I was the culprit because I stayed home that day. She trusted me. She didn't trust me at all. She was setting me up for the fall guy. I was so naive to believe her. I was such an idiot. I always knew everyone from Group 113 was rotten to the core, especially you, Hound! The Crimson figure takes a deep breath, seemingly having heard enough of his tedious tale, and decides to cut to the chase. After all that rambling, I only hear one thing. You don't actually know what she won in the end. Wait! I do know! You're asking the right person! I was in charge of the conflict maintenance of Kuno. I knew her well. I even installed tracking devices on her. Her last known location was in... With his arms tightly bound, the man cast a puzzled gaze toward the island now clearly visible ahead. That island? Oh, then we've come to the right place. Oh, hold on, that's not right. You knew she escaped to that island all along, didn't you? You just wanted confirmation from me. Unless you were planning to kill me all along. I only asked you about her whereabouts originally, but I found out something interesting. That tracking procedure back then was your handiwork all along. You said it yourself. That mission was set up to destroy Group 13, so you must be perfectly aware that you're one of the killers responsible for their deaths. You managed to hide quite well all these years. No! Just hear me out! I've heard enough. Time to say goodbye. Realizing his fate, the man lets out a desperate, agonized scream. But soon his scream dissipated across the ocean surface along the splash of crimson. The screams are replaced by the cries of the seabirds yelling Vera that the island is now within reach. Good day, P1 everyone. Otto! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you here. Just in time, we just started Anima's Vera story, which is the prelude to her actual floating record. So that's where we're starting now. And yeah, I'm having a good time with it so far. We're only going till 10 because I was late and I got a long night ahead of me. She does not shield her eyes from the blinding sunlight, her gaze fixed on the target growing even closer. Huh, so this is your so-called paradise. She can never forget how the constructs from Group 13 spoke of this island with such longing in their eyes. They claimed its beauty was transcendent, even going so far as to describe it as a paradise. Yet clinging to such fantasies changes nothing about the harsh reality they faced. It was the third day of the siege on them. Oh, okay. What's beeping? Sorry, it's my bot. Blaze Warrior! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome back to the stream as well. Hope your voice acting is going well. Hope you're learning a lot and getting that repetition in and getting that experience in. So, I hope you're having a good one so far. Just in time, we just started Anima for Vera, which is the prelude to Vera's floating record story. I don't know if we're going to actually get to it tonight. We're going to try. We shall see. Boom, boom, boom. I am gonna be doing some more lessons in November. Hell yeah, hey, that's what we like to hear. That is what we like to hear. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Group 13 from the Colonel Special Force has just finished the interdiction mission, leading to a group of haggard refugees to safety. Everyone is resting where they are, uncertain when the next corrupted attacks will come. Hush struggles with her vocal device as she apologizes for disturbing Vera's rest. What is it? Still going about that perfect homeland of yours? How can you still afford to daydream at a time like this? As Vera gazes ahead, she notices lengthy text silently scrolling across the bot screen in the dark fortress, all of her Hush's descriptions of her beautiful homeland. Having only dismissed such things, Vera finally cannot resist taking a closer look. She wants to see how beautiful Hush's hometown was to deserve such persistent advertising. There's a beach in my front home. We called it the Rainbow Beach. The Rainbow Beach was very shallow water. Shoals of fish were appealing high tide and coral beneath the rios itself as the high tide recedes.
The corals are so colorful and gleam in the sunlight.
Vera sneers after scanning the text briefly. Oh, it's just ordinary stuff. What's the point of remembering any of this? There's a point! Hush gestures. Eminently, she claims that she was the last person alive on the island, fortunate enough to receive Colonel's modifications. She says she must document her homeland, otherwise no one would ever know its beauty again. She says that the punishing virus outbreak will end one day. She will return to her homeland. How naive can you be? The punishing virus has swept across the whole world. No one can escape this disaster, not even a little island of yours. Those beautiful sights you described, they're all gone. Who knows? Maybe your precious Rainbow Beach is now filled with the corpses of your fellow villagers. Ouch, that's harsh. Oh, it's our do-gooder captain playing the good guy again. I wonder how long it would take you to come up with an actual battle plan. Vera, designation BPN-13, is a support type construct from Kurno. Kurno evacuated this fiery construct from the ruins of a battlefield. She presented Kurno with the bounty of corrupted corpses she has slain, the most impressive resume. She had become Kurno's property ever since. However, it's quite evident that this property is rather difficult to control. There's no need to speak like that, Vera. Catching her captain's stern, disapproving look, Vera just gives an indifferent shrug. The cordiality displayed on this team makes Vera sick to her stomach. So you're Colonel's lapdog? So why bother putting this facade on kindness? Good thing we're not competing with other squads on this mission, otherwise you all would have shown your true colors after being trapped here for so many days. I know you despise teamwork, but there are orders. You must comply. Bring the key back yourself if you're capable. Feel free to request an exempt from all future team operations forward. Oh, you know she's gonna take that. The squad of constructs from the Colonel Special Force arrived in the seaside town 3 days ago. Their mission is to find the key. To be more precise, the key is an unknown authorization from Colonel briefly processed before losing it after the punishing virus outbreak. The last intel suggested it had surfaced on the black market. This black market sits at the edge of the world, having been protected by the CPF that has kept it relatively safe from the punishing virus. Their mission seemed straightforward, or so the three-person squad thought. But disaster struck almost at the exact same moment they had teamed the key. Countless civilians rushed in from the end of the street, shouting about the spreading punishing virus as they fled toward the town's last refugee, the underground fortress. The number of corrupted is too overwhelming for even 3 constructs. Caught in this unexpected situation, they are also swept along with the crowd, taking refuge in the underground fortress. They have been spending their days fighting one defensive battle after another right up until today. The fortress has plenty of supplies. At least the people here had foresight to prepare. Vera, let me hand and move the wounded back to the back. We'll focus on their treatment. Her captain's voice fades in and out, but Vera is focused on her own secret mission, one concerning the traitor. Now that her entire team is trapped underground, Vera is not going to accomplish anything if she keeps on stalling. It's a time for her to make a choice. Should she continue her observation or heed what the higher-up suggested and eliminate the target outright? Hound! Did you hear me? The target of her secret mission suddenly appears before her, startling Vera for a moment. Oh. Stop spacing out. The 3 of us constructs are the only ones with the strength to carry the wounded down here. You aren't suspiciously expecting those refugees who haven't eaten for days to do it, are you? Perfect timing. I have something to ask you. Where's the key? Why? You said I can bring the key back myself if I'm capable. You have it right now, so hand it over. Are you serious? Do you realize you're disobeying orders? Oh, I'm not disobeying anything. Kurono's rule of survival is survival of the fittest, and I question your capability. Vera looks over with an ambiguous half smile, staring directly into Hei's eyes. Everyone can sense something discordant forming between fermenting slime within the group. Oh, I'm warning you, Vera. Stop evoking me. Hei even draws a blade, watching Vera with suspicion. Vera often saw this exact expression on Hei's face when she joined Group 13 6 months ago. That wariness still remains as Vera expected. No wonder everyone says it's bad luck teaming up with you. Hey, why are you just focusing on me? Everyone who has ended up in Group 13 is a piece of work, except for Hush, that bleeding heart saint. Aren't you quite the decorated veteran yourself? Your last squad was completely wiped out because of your poor decisions, yet somehow you have the nerve to be our captain. My team was sabotaged by another squad because of competition within the Special Force. You know what? Forget it. There's no point in explaining to you. You never cared anything about any of this anyways. After all, you're probably the type who wouldn't hesitate to turn on your own teammates. If I remember correctly, all the people who joined up with you temporarily on your last mission ended up dead, and they didn't die from the corrupted attack. Oh? Vera laughs at the accusation after mocking the absurdity of such rumors. She realizes that there is also a deep-rooted prejudice beyond the wariness between them. I wanted to ask, you don't have to say if you don't want to. I wanted to ask, but you don't have to say if you don't want to. You want to keep your real life away from your streamer life. What kind of work do you do? I just do warehouse work. That's basically it, just warehouse work. For right now. Alright, just for right now. Until eventually I'm able to take this full time. Just until I'm able to take this full time. But for right now, just warehouse job. And then eventually, cool. Wait, another thing would be cool is doing advertisements for other companies. So like, you know, just around in my state, pretty much. So that would be cool. Or out of state too. That would also be pretty cool. But yeah, for right now, just warehouse job. Nothing too crazy. But in the next instant, Vera draws her blade and lunges forward with a strike. Oh, that's right, I killed them. What's the point of keeping scum like them alive? Their weapons collide almost simultaneously, creating a piercing sound that draws the attention of the refugees huddled in the corner. They watch the two brawling nervously, but no one intervenes as they know this is inevitable. The two kick up clouds of dust like vicious dogs locked in combat, and Vera's red hair occasionally flashes into view. When the dust settles, the victor is declared. Vera pins Hei to the ground, her striking beautiful face leaning again close. She whispers into Hei's ear, her soft voice dripping with venom. I can't stand cowards like you, in every sense of the word. Hold on. Let me check something. Noise gate is down. We're good. Yep. Alright, just wanted to make sure. Okay. I can't stand cowards like you, in every sense of the word, and to think that I just about looked the other way. What do you know? Vera gently taps Hei on his cheek. Oh, behave yourself. Better not give me anything to use against you. Hei's eyes flash with defiance as she immediately tries to fight back. Oh, feisty, aren't you? Vera raises to her feet, pushing down hard on Hei's body with her boot. She raises her blade, ready to plunge it. Vera, please stop! Suddenly, a small, slender figure darts out from nowhere, throwing herself in front of Vera and clumsily pleading for Vera to stop. Vera freezes, giving Hei the perfect window for a retaliating strike with her blade. Move! Do you have any idea what she's done? It turns out that the dust has not settled until now. Shooting Vera with her body, Hush stops Hei's blade from dusting into Vera. Instead, Hei's blade cuts into Hush's arms instead. Both combatants freeze, staring at the vital fluid dripping on the ground in shock. I'm fine. Bandage it now. There's a first aid kit over there. No, pain. Not in pain. Why? Hei stands frozen for a moment before rushing to the medical kit and rummaging through it for bandages. What am I doing? The other matter is far more important, while these two did nothing but dead weight. Obstacles, even. Hei mumbles as if trying to convince herself. She even said she's not in pain. Despite that, Hay returns with human. Returns the human. Well, what? Hay returns with human used medical gauze and carefully wraps it around Hush's wound, pulling it tight. I didn't mean to hurt you. This is all we have for now. I'm sorry. Vera says nothing, simply applying pressure to Hush's wound. She observed how Hay stumbles away, rummaging for supplies and repeatedly apologizing. Hush shakes her head, and her remorseful captain, as the next target text appears on the bot, speaks for her.
It's okay. My pain monitor is virtually non-existent. I am not in pain.
Hush has a congenital analgesia, the inability to feel pain, as a human, so her pain threshold as a construct is extremely high, making her the perfect vanguard to charge in the danger. This minor wound means nothing to her. That's pretty wild that she can't feel pain. I'm sorry. Hay has been considering desertion for a long time, but she still apologized. Perhaps she didn't want to hurt her teammate. Vera balks at the scene, her brow furrowing as she clicks her tongue and sheaths her blade. Vera was ready to kill just moments ago, but seeing Hay's reaction just now makes her extract her aggressive ability. So, do you have anything you want to confess then? Hay avoids Vera's interrogation gaze, her mind visibly racing. They have been trapped in this underground fortress for 3 days. Their chances of survival dwindling by the hour. Escaping Kurano seems increasingly impossible. Hay does not know how Vera found out her escape plans, but in this confined, isolated place, having her deepest secret exposed produces the inexplicable shiver, a feeling almost like excitement. Should she be honest before all hope is lost? Should she be honest about her selfish desire? The alarm blares suddenly, bringing their first confrontation since they have been trapped to an abrupt end. The corrupted are back to tear through our paper-thin defenses. The chances to sit down and be honest is gone. Hay closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and pulls out the mission recorder, speaking directly into it. Survival is now the only thing that matters. She still has a team to lead. I'm recording the latest operations of Group 13 and the Colonel Specialist Force. We've been trapped for 3 days, and we're still unable to contact HQ. Another wave of corrupted is incoming. We'll do our best to defend the fortress, prioritizing the protection of the key and the refugees. Mission personnel: Hummingbird, Captain Moth, Vanguard, Hound, support. Moth is injured, so Hound will be taking point for temporarily. Her recording completed, Hay puts down the mission recorder and looks toward her 2 team members. Let's go. Hound, this is our job. This is the first time I've ever hated my codename this much. I'm being ordered around like a dog every day. Hound, Vera lets out a scornful sneer, picks up her weapon, and grudgingly accepts the arrangement. Whatever. Can't be bothered to learn your names anyway. You'll keep the nicknames I gave you. Consider us even. Vera secures Hush at the rear before following Hay, her captain. Hay seems to be quite shaken from the friendly fire. Beside mind disturbance from spending too long on the ground, Vera cannot think of any other reason for her to look so devastated. Suddenly, Vera feels a snaring heat. She looks up and notices a crack in the ceiling of the fortress. Sunlight streams through, so bright it's almost blinding. Vera strokes the sunlight, murmuring to herself. Is it noon already? They have been in the bunker for far too long. If not for the refugees dying one after another, she would have never thought that the time had stood still. Only Hush's footsteps to today's date. In truth, it has been 30 days since they were trapped in here. Vera remains unaware of Hay's inner turmoil, focused solely on staying alive, and if she can, completing the mission all along the way. Oh. Under a noon sun that is equally blinding into its brightness, a wave pushes sea foam into the shore along with a completely drenched human. You remain lost in a dream of drifting and sinking. Oh, we're in this? A vivid crimson figure seems to flash before your eyes, compelling you to reach out and grasp it. A sick and delicate sensation strides across her fingertips. This. When did it happen? No. It doesn't seem like a dream. It feels so real. That is like lost memories. How many days have passed? As long as the Hintomia doesn't go away, I'm afraid you'll stay pretty lousy for the time being. Your hands struggle instinctively, trying to grasp his shadow. You only manage to relax slightly when you feel that familiar silky texture again. What's your obsession with my hair? Let go. Did you hear me? I said let go. You know what? Forget it. I'll chop them off. What? A tremendous force strikes your face, causing you to instinctively release your grip. Another wave splashes against your face. Enduring the needle-like pain throughout your body, you frown as you force your eyes to open, your waterlogged self struggling to take in your surroundings. This appears to be an abandoned, desolate island. The buildings have been severely windblown, sun-baked, and eroded, the paint on their walls peeling away in numerous places. There seems to be no other living creatures around besides curious seabirds. You remove your heavy, waterlogged coat and almost immediately discover that all your equipment has been thoroughly removed. Even the special tracking device they gave you has been taken. Oh shit!
A normal person would have noticed the hidden compartment.
Whoever did this operated with extreme caution and has an astonishing familiarity with standard Babylonian military uniforms.
The sense of familiarity is discerning.
You finally breathe a sigh of relief after checking your most critical equipment. The situation is still under control.
No sweat. Thanks to Vera.
Vera's words before your departure still linger in your ears. Vera leans in and whispers the confidential details of this mission to you. Listen up. You won't have the Grey Ravens following you this time. This mission rating isn't high enough to warrant a bunch of babysitters. Though it's a classified mission concerning Colonel, your core objectives are simply to find the key, make a trade on the side, and figure out the location of the chest. Let me make this clear one last time. Your job is to be the bait and nothing more. You can't catch a wolf without risking the lamb. Be good and sell yourself according to the plan, and the rest will fall into place. Understood?
Is there a backup plan if something unexpected happens?
Nope. Seeing how you are completely unfazed by her intimidation, Vera gives a dissatisfied little smile. Has the puppy finally learned? Oh well, I'll stop toying with you. Here, say open your mouth.
What?
Vera grips your cheeks and forces your mouth open, implanting a microscope tracker beneath your teeth. Alright, almost there. Vera comforts you unnecessarily as she flicks a finger against your canine tooth, satisfied. Nice teeth you got. Don't glare at me like that. This is a necessary procedure.
Procedure my ass.
That whistle I gave you is probably useless now. Do you still remember the signals I made you practice? Good. Be precise for the timing when the time comes. Call me when you think it's right. I'll be there right away. Alright, this is interesting.
That whistle. I still remember.
You struggle to stand up from the beach. Before you can fully steady yourself, several figures appear in the distance, approaching you. They make no attempt to conceal their identity. The Aurora Squadron's emblems on there are particularly conspicuous. Oh! What the fuck? The Aurora Squadron's still out and about? Standing alone on the beach, you can barely resist the urge to call for your ally, but you ultimately suppress the impulse.
No, it's not time yet. I need to wait until I see their commandant.
Soaking wet in the sea breeze, you slowly raise your hand, signaling you are not a threat. An Aurora Squadron members does not waste words either. They kick you down before dragging you away unceremoniously. Ha! Another wave crashes onto the shore, washing away everyone's footprints and erasing all traces of your presence. Interesting. Alright. To flame. Let's do it. Oh, we're fighting. Nice. Okay. I found it funny some of these gacha stories when you have a female protagonist, they sometimes are emotionless until they meet the player character that open them up and you fall in love. Yeah, that's how it kind of goes sometimes. 32 days have passed since Group 13 of the Colonel Special Force arrived at the seaside town. The second to last time of the defense collapses after yet another battle. The three constructs have retreated deeper underground with the surviving refugees, all of them wounded. There are no more cracks left in the sunlight this deep underground, like how the polar night induces depression. The surviving refugees have all sunken into a gloomy mood, and all three constructs are not faring any better. Compared to the tension from 2 days ago, the relationship between Vera and Hay has been softened ever so slightly. The suspicion and wariness between both is still present, manifesting a disinterest in speaking to each other. But from Hush's perspective, this is just the two of them sulking. Hush has probably racked her brain for new topics, but the young construct has no life experiences outside of the colonel, unfortunately. In the end, she inevitably returns to her beautiful homeland. She stands rambling on. I have a good suggestion. Go ahead, I'm listening. Vera also glances over. Want to know? Viwa? By the way, we use your bot to speak. I don't want to figure out that translation myself. Vera taps the bot beside Hush.
I can take you to see that island when we have the time later. We can go on the Rainbow Beach.
Shut it. Go play somewhere else. You, shut up too. Vera slaps the bot again, switching it off. Stop messing with her, hound. Hay seems to have sensed Vera's contempt and offers her a piece of salted fish before Vera can deliver any sarcastic remarks. The townsfolk just gave this to me. It's not much to eat these days, but dried fish is still as good as any. Take it, if you don't mind. Vera reaches out and snatches it, tossing it into her mouth. It really doesn't taste good. There's so little salt. I could barely taste anything with this frame. Despite being told off the whole day, Hush still appears quite happy. The vibe within the team seems to have eased up a bit more than usual. A few days later, Vera watches as Hush presses her finger against her mouth and whistles a particular sound. The sound reminds Vera of the numerous distressing alarms from the past few days. Likewise, the several refugees also turn to look this way. What are you up to now, Moth? Text begins to flow across Hush's bot.
This is a whistle language commonly used by fishermen in my hometown.
Whistled language?
When I was still human, my vocal cords were underdeveloped, so I became quite familiar with our whistled language instead. Do you want to know what it means?
Vera looks at Hush quietly, meeting her bright and glistening eyes. What do you mean? She had no eyes! For once, Vera holds back her typical indifference and nods, gesturing for Hush to continue. Homebound.
Homebound.
A single word appears on the bot's screen, accompanying Hush's unique articulation.
When the fishermen were done fishing, they would whistle the sound to relay messages to the shore, so people on shore knew that when to prepare meals for the return. Vera will be homebound soon too.
Be homebound soon too. Hush insists on finishing the last sentence with her own voice. Your hometown sounds pretty nice. If the opportunity arises, it's not entirely possible. For who? Us? Vera cuts in forcefully, just as Hay is about to say more. Enough with this bullshit about being homebound. If you want to survive, keep fighting. Everyone needs to find a way out of here. Stop staring. The two of you over there. Quit standing around and reinforce the defenses. You don't get those rations for nothing. Hay does not continue the conversation, lowering her head to adjust her gear instead. Her frame and weapons have suffered a considerable wear and tear after days of combat. The same has happened to Vera. Hay has keenly noticed that Vera has been rotating her left arm with pained expression lately. What? Your arm. But before Hay can voice her concern, Hush has already asked the question. My arm? It's none of your business. Is that an old injury? It was forcibly ripped off before. Happy? Sit down. You want to beat the hell out of my bad arm? Why do you always talk with such hostility? No one out here owes you anything. Sit. Hay pulls Vera before her, and Vera is instantly on alert, just as she expects another brawl to break out. Hay takes out a maintenance kit and gently patches up Vera's slightly fractured old wounds. Catching the hint, Hush passes over human-use gauzes and wraps it around Vera's arm, more or less securing it in place. This arm is too badly damaged, so don't move for the time being. Don't worry about our defense preparations ahead. Moth can take over for now. It's clearly an old injury, so why does it look like it's never been properly maintained? You need to see this maintenance technician I know after we go back and ask him to take another look. Hay suddenly pauses halfway through. Vera reckons Hay just remembers that she will not be going back with them. Sure. I'll make sure to get myself some proper maintenance after we all go back. Hay shows no changes in her expression as if accustomed to Vera's taunts. She simply packs up her equipment and leaves. Vera's eyes, however, continue to follow the deserter's retreating figure. Vera has been trying to recall the details from when they first arrived at their mission location and pondering where things went wrong. This place should have never had the corrupted in such numbers. It is as if someone deliberately lured them here. 32 days ago, Group 13 of the Colonel Special Force first set foot in this coastal town. They have endured numerous setbacks along the way, having gone through multiple intermediaries and attracted plenty of trouble before finally managing to find clues about their target in this black market surprisingly. Skeptically, they are searching for their target in the black market. Strangely enough, Hay finds actually the spot mentioned in the clues quite quickly. The merchant readily agrees to the deal for the price of a few bottles of serum. Even as the mission objective is gently placed into Vera's palm, none of them feel like they have completed the mission yet. This is the key. Impressive! Vera holds a tiny access card between two fingers. Hay watches hesitantly, confident that she could easily snap it in half with a bit more pressure. Could it be that no one actually knew what valuable treasures the key could hold to unlock it after it went missing? That's why it was sold as an all-authorized sample from the late Golden Age at such a ridiculously low price. Hay temporarily dismisses her suspicion. After counting the remaining funds, her face shows utter disbelief. This is the first time I've encountered such an easy mission. There were no competitors, no corrupted, no subverge. They even accepted our first offer without haggling. Just fell right into our laps. Hay weighs the remaining serum on her hands if she cannot quite grasp the reality of completing the mission so quickly. In this seaside town, we're not returning to the Colonel after another 2 days. This almost feels like a vacation. The team follows Hayes' gaze, taking in the market street before them. It is in its entirety. The punishing virus has mercifully spared this town at the edge of the world. Compared to apocalyptic landscapes Vera and the others have witnessed, life here is almost stable and prosperous. Residents set up stalls on both sides of the road, trading supplies. Some even displayed decorated trinkets. Luxury is only found in these times of prosperity. The key they just presented was a mix in among these items. The calm sea comes into view at the end of the road, with sunlight pouring down on the created glimpsing expanse of dancing reflections in the water. Pretty. Hush gives a thumbs up. According to the mission deadline, we still have quite a bit of time left. We can afford to stay in a place like this for 2 days. This is like forgetting a crushing pressure of Colonel and returning to a normal life as an ordinary people. Like my hometown. Hush companion Boz chirps to life as the text appears on the screen. This is the first time she mentions her hometown since she's joined Group 13.
It was also an island town. It was not as prosperous in the big cities of the Golden Age, but life was comfortable enough. There was like a lot of this place, with similar streets and the ocean nearby. Everyone lived with a peaceful life. The screen of
The screen of the bot pauses momentarily before displaying the final sentence.
I want to go home and see it again.
Moth. Before Vera can let out a mocking laugh, Hay slaps Hush's bot with her palm, forcibly shutting it down. We move our text data from your bot immediately. The higher ups take desertion very seriously, so you better erase anything that might put arouse suspicion. Even the smallest seed of doubt is dangerous. Getting rid of you is as simple as assigning you to a mission. Remember Group 09? One of their members was executed just 2 months ago for selling internal information. The rest of the squad was in prison and they still haven't been released. That's crazy. Dragon Destroyer! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I'm gonna move my mic. No, my camera up. I think it fell. There. That's what I wanted. Okay. Oh, Ryu! It's saying Carlos, but I know you. I know it's Ryu. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys may be. Hope you guys are having a good one so far. Welcome back. I'm feeling much better now. Thanks a lot. Hey, good. Glad to see you doing better. Glad to see that you're. Glad to see you a lot better. I made. Excuse me, I'm pooped from the gym. Anyhow, I'll let you both know. Dragon Sword, especially, I don't think you knew. I unfortunately got spoiled on chapter 35 and 36, which is Bianca's chapter in the new chapter that just released for this patch. So I got spoiled by that, unfortunately. I ended up blocking the guy and hiding that person's channel so that way nothing else would happen. It is what it is. Couldn't do anything about it. And just gotta roll with the punches, you know? Just move forward. Gotta move forward, have fun with it still. So, it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it. Got spoiled. We just gotta move forward. You got spoiled? Yeah, I got spoiled. But we ain't gonna talk about none of the spoilers on here either. Nor on the Discord, alright? It is what it is. We're just gonna move forward. I'm trying to forget about it. It is what it is. But yeah, I got spoiled on some of the major points in those chapters. So someone decided to think it was a good idea to spoil me, and then proceeded to say thank you after that. So that was a nice little cherry on top. But it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it. It's character secret spoilers. It's more of like major plot points that happened. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it. It is what it is. Yeah. So like I said, it is what it is. I was pissed. I shit you not, I was pissed. I ended up going to the gym because I was that upset. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna fucking work this shit off. We're gonna work these emotions out of me. I got a crazy gym session in, so, but you know what? It is what it is. So, unfortunate. It is what it is. So I can say one secret about Veronica. I mean, if it's gonna spoil me, I would rather not. Yeah. But no, it's not character secrets. It's more of like the actual main story. I got spoiled on the main story, not on any of the floating records. I just got spoiled on the main stories. That was about it. And then second one, short films should be out by tomorrow. Hopefully Thursday. I'm shooting for Thursday. If I can get it done tomorrow, that'll be nice. And then tomorrow, our Thursday stream might be at 7:30 at 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's about it. So that's why I hate people who spoil shit. Yeah. And the crazy thing is that I think it was Longboy or Patrick that said it. I can't remember who said it. The community is small. Like, this community ain't that big. So the fact that someone from this small community decided to pull that stunt is fucking wild. It's wild that someone decided to do that. But, you know, like I said, it is what it is. So, y'all didn't miss much, though. We just started Veronica's arcade Anima. I have a feeling that this is probably going to take all of the stream. This is probably going to take up the most of the stream because this is all prep work. But it is what it is. So, yeah. That's basically what we're going to be doing. I have a feeling this entire stream is just going to be basically arcade Anima. That's a stream, and then Thursday's stream will actually be doing Veronica's story. So that's basically what it's looking to be. So, but yeah, I wanted to let you all know. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We just gotta move forward with it. So, all right, here we go. Actually, I only guessed that they were in prison. The entire squad disappeared. Every squad is subject to tracking and monitoring at all times during a mission nowadays. Refusing means being labeled as uncooperative. Even Babylonia has its purifying force, and their deserting constructs meet a similar fate. There is nowhere good for constructs to be in this world. Hay grips Hush's shoulder firmly. Do you understand me, Moth? Hush nods, confused. The young girl has been under Hay's guidance since joining the squad, and her desertion is a concept she knows but does not grasp. Right now, she is simply intimidated by Hay's intensity. Unlike Hush, the other member understands everything completely. Vera points at Hay, doubling over with laughter. After all, it is quite funny that the real deserter is earnestly warning others not to risk desertion. Vera never expects that she would be assigned a mission to eliminate her teammate shortly after being transferred to Group 13 before she gets to know Hay and Hush. It's wild as hell, man, or should I say monster hunting wilds? Jeez. So my real mission is to eliminate Hay. Hey, That's Hummingbird, your captain. Try not to give people nicknames. Anyways, keep your eye on Hummingbird for now. We've discovered that she's been in contact with the Dahlias, but we have no evidence of her desertion yet. The key in your cover mission is something that Dahlias is also looking for. Execute her immediately before she shows any intention of transferring or backing up the key. What about the other one? Hush. She seems very attached to Hay. What do I do if she gets in my way? Thinking I'm about to take her out as her precious captain. Just focus on monitoring and taking care of Hummingbird. If Moth joins her in resistance, execute them both. Vera does not seem surprised by this response. Don't you think it's wasteful just to kill Hush like that? She's one of your better operatives, after all. That's not for you to consider. Do your job, Hound. The higher-ups trust you because your mission completion rate has always been 100%. Ooh. I'm gonna get some food real quick. I'll be right back. All good, all good. Go get some food, enjoy that dinner. Are you done laughing? Oh, do you really think Colonel would be so kind as to assign such us a relaxing mission? Getting rid of you is as simple as assigning you to a mission. Vera's unbridled mockery and her pointed words on Hay on high alert. Perhaps that is just the moment distrust beginning to ferment within the team. This is the action report from Hound. Communications are extremely unstable, so this record might be kept in local storage temporarily. According to my early assignment, Hay, Hummingbird, may have aligned with the Dahlias long ago, deliberately leading the Dahlias to seize the key. The current situation matches the assessment. However, Hummingbird shows no obvious intent to desert based on my personal observation. I can't perform the elimination mission without further evidence. Vera looks at the recorder on her body. She does not know if these messages will transmit from the deep underground or if Colonel will ever come to rescue her. Perhaps Colonel was out to send reinforcements until the mission is complete. Or perhaps Colonel's already decided their entire team is at war. Rescue. I don't know what the higher-ups think about Group 13 right now, but I'm not Moth, and I'm going to prioritize conserving my stamina. Staying alive is what matters most right now. Vera has always been indifferent to the Colonel deserters. She knows her superiors assigning her to this mission and sudden task is likely a test of her loyalty. Having seen through everyone's intent, she finds it all the more tedious. If that's the case, how should she choose this tedious charade? So, Vera suddenly looks at her arm, bandaged by Hay, and her adorned with her elaborate butterfly knot tied by Hush. There is still half of a comically small piece of salted fish left uneaten in her pocket. It is truly unpalatable, even as a gesture of goodwill from Hay. And then there's that comical invitation that no one is taken seriously. We'll be homebound soon. Let's go to that beautiful island together. Addressing strategy and prioritizing is necessary on a rapidly changing battlefield. The higher-ups will have no grounds to criticize me, even in hindsight, right? Vera finishes speaking and turns off the recorder. Once she escapes, these voices recordings will serve as evidence that she has once attempted to complete her secret mission. Afterward, Vera yanks off the recorder and crunches it viciously underfoot. Oops, I accidentally broke it. What a shame. Oh, don't worry, I'll handle things my way from here. Vera mutters to herself, all completely ruining the recorder, each of her hand and ready, and her bandages teammates just applied. A knot like this won't hold at all. Those two idiots. Such obvious intentions are impossible to hide. Hush, with her sensitive audio module, hears the clattering of things breaking and peeks into the room. Mind your business. My recorder broke, that's all. Call Hay in here. I've integrated the analysis data fragments from our recent operations, and it mostly aligns with her assessments and the breach points. We might find an opening in that direction with some luck. Besides, we're almost out of supplies. If we don't get out soon, everyone will die here in town. It's time to break out. It's time to break out of here. Are we finally attacking? Goddamn, about damn time. Ugh. Wow, even NPCs have fucking eyes now. That's crazy. But we don't get no voices. Ouch. Alright. Damn, we just got bodied. Come on. Go 3, then 2, then 1. 1 again.
Feed me. More pain.
Woo!
Not good enough. Feed me.
Fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fighting to stay awake, but it's alright.
Stand up.
Okay, there's that. God damn it, I mean to press Y. Or press my ult.
More pain.
Oh shit, okay. Oh, well, there they fall.
Not good enough.
God damn it, I can't see.
Feed me.
Yeah, this one's up? Damn. There we go.
More pain.
The cave-in happens before she can uncover more of the truth. Hush slams into her from the side, and that is the best thing Vera remembers before she falls unconscious. She was probably stuck. She struggles within her mind. She struggles within her mind as if training through all the boiling seawater against the overwhelming pain. She cannot break free no matter how hard she tries. Ugh. Her previously injured arm throbs with excruciating pain. Maintenance. Hurry. She can faintly hear Hush calling to her, but she struggles to wake up. She needs emergency treatment. In her days, she looks back to the days she was recycled by Kurano. The days seemed to hurt just as much. What happened that day? Saving at least one would be something. Keeping this one safe would be enough. Hey, Average Joe, you're an attacker type, right? Yeah, no need to have it in my rub it in. I'm an attacker type, but you fight better than. She detaches her arm. But you. I'm reaching my limits on my battle capabilities. I'm a support bite construct by design. After all, you can still fight if you got the structure intact, right? Oh, is she crying? If I have one surviving teammate, I won't have to bear the nickname Death anymore. Here's my arm to get past the defenses and leave! Leave like you had planned in the beginning! Stop living with pain! It hurts deeper than the pain of my receptors right now. Ouch. Something seems to have rushed into her side and begins dragging her away slowly. What is it? Don't drag me away. Ouch. It hurts! Sorry. Vera wakes up to Hush apologizing beside her. Sorry. You surrounded. I can only. Hush describes the situation incoherently, and Vera cannot extract any useful information from her frantic words. Boom, damn. The deafening explosion erupts right next to Vera's audio model, and Hush immediately throws herself on top of Vera. Debris flies through the air, smashing against Hush's frame and leaving several wounds. A few survivors run over to the dust settles, coughing and attempting to drag the two constructs away from the blast corner, but their strength falls to even a few tugs. Why did they use explosives again? Are they corrupted getting closer? Vera begins to manage and look around and have clearly retreated to the deepest part of the underground fortress, and everything around them is completely disarray. Why is it just you here? Where's Hay? Just run if the breakout failed. Just don't come back for me, idiot. Don't speak. Captain is safe. You were hurting. So she screamed. Hush points at Vera's shoulder before gesturing to a few maintenance components remaining in her arms. I heal. You're not an attacker. You don't know. You don't know shit about healing. Hot punt. Pain. Go away. Go away. Hush, who has been trying to comfort Vera, suddenly collapses, but Vera swiftly catches Hush with her own arm. Are you alright? Only then does Vera notice the countless wounds covering Hush's back. The gaping hole was a horrifying sight. Vital fluid streams down her back, pooling into the small puddle beside Vera. Hush, injuries were just as severe as Vera's. Why the hell were you looking after me when you were so badly injured yourself? 'Cause it hurts. Hush tries her best to lift her head and give Vera a smile, but in her eagerly bounded butt also starts to make noise again.
As you said, it hurts.
Silly smile Vera has mocked countless times before. Someone managed to stir her heart this time. What does my pain have to do with you? Whether I live or die is none of your business. Remember this. We're just teammates. A colonel teammate amounts to nothing. Do you know what happened to all my previously teammates?
Don't think about it. No. You won't end up like your previous team. Promise. Nothing to be that bad. Because he's my side. He's feeling anxious. Alright, if we got failed and everyone survived, we'll give another chance.
Both of you? What the hell are you mumbling about? Exhausted, Hush nuzzles her stuff against the warm crimson color of Vera's hair, tightly gripping Vera's battle-worn hand.
Don't think about those bad things anymore. Vera. Let's talk about something else while we wait for Captain to rescue us, okay?
Huh. Vera closes her eyes, hurt and irritated. She realizes that this has happened before. Her two teammates always stir up emotions she cannot express, like that piece of salted fish she could not swallow nor spit out. But she does not think this is a bad thing. She has even grown accustomed to it. Enduring the dull pain in her arm, Vera stops her complaints. She lets Hush lie against the red hair while she presses hard on the gaping wound in Hush's back, quietly cursing and hoping for Hay to show up quickly. But the vital fluid still flows uncontrollably between her fingers. Fine. I'll do as you say. We could talk about something else. Anything, okay?
Okay. I heard you cry in pain. Can you describe what pain feels like?
Huh?
I don't know what pain is, but I don't want to hear you say you're hurting.
Hush closes her eyes and nuzzles further into Vera's arms. Vera watches helplessly as the moth before her beats its wings and throws itself into the scorching flames, time and time again for the sake of teammates and their unlikely survival. Hush's pain model was nearly non-functional. Her earlier oblivious demeanor stemmed from its absence of pain. Vera has been longing understanding that this is exactly why Colonel has vowed an exploded moth this girl's progressive vanguard on the front lines. Yet inexplicably rage inside deep within Vera's chest rises. Why is that? Perhaps Vera's resolve also begins to waver in this moment. The thought of leaving Colonel begins to take root in her mind and even considers taking others with her. No one knows that Vera has voice tightly embraced. A tiny moth in the deep, dark underground fortress. Pain is perhaps the most memorable sensation. It was what kept me going before I joined the Special Force. Before I met the two of you girls. Do you hear me, Moth? Live. Their combat supplies are running out. The breakout attempt has been a failure. Hush slips into the hibernation mode. Vera whistles the homebound tune on behalf of the gravely wounded Hush. Hearing the signal, Hay has no choice but to stop fighting and fall back, escorting the refugees deeper into the city as they withdraw. Everyone faces filled with despair. They all know that every passing moment after they fail to break out counts as their own inevitable end. 42 days have passed since the group of Lieutenant Colonel Special Forces arrived at Seaside Town. Woo! Carrying the Hush on her back, Vera walks alongside the evacuees. Vera does not reveal the tracking device she has clutched in her palm, and no one notices it either. That is something she tore off or corrupted during the breakout attempt. Location markers blink in the web-like interface. No matter how Vera wishes she has misread it, the indicated position is unmistakably this underground fortress. Despite how much Vera wants to end all this distrust and toil underground is far from over. About damn time, holy shit. Oh, it's only 5? Okay. We're right there. I gotta stretch, otherwise I'm gonna pass out. Hold on. Stretching time, stretching time, stretching time. There we go. Okay. Y'all get to see me do some stretches. Oh! Oh, God, big stretch. Oh. Get the blood flowing. Off the body. Long. Ladies and gentlemen, stretching. Stretching is very nice. It is very, very nice. Why? Alright, gotta get up again. One more stretch and then we're ready to roll. One, two, 1, 2. Ugh. Alright. I'm good. Woo! That should hopefully hold me over. Alright. I need to get some more water after this too. Definitely need to get some more water after this. Let me pause the music. Okay, 2 more episodes and we're ready to roll. Then we're ready to get into the main story. Then we're actually ready to get into the flooding record. So, okay, from what I remember, from being dazed out and being in and out, is that Hush was dying. She's gravely wounded. Homebound whistle, and that's about it. Here we go, cliff fall. Oh, and it's been 42 days, but now 44 days. Here we go. 44 days have passed since Group 13 of the Colonel Special Force arrived at Seaside Town. The 3 constructs are all severely damaged, but fortunately, the very people they had protected reached out and pulled them back from the front lines. They continue patching themselves up among the refugees for 2 days until their maintenance kit completely fails, and their NAM reinforcement materials run out. Vera can no longer lift her injured arm, but at least she has survived. Hush, on the other hand, is not doing well. She was caught in the explosion, and a corrupted gauged a hole in her back, exposing her internal structure. Her vital fluid keeps leaking, and nothing Vera does to stop the flow. She has been cycling between hibernation and sudden awakening to conserve power, unable to stay conscious for more than a few minutes each time. Hayes' anxiety is written all over her face. After patching back and forth several times in the narrow space, she announces her decision to everyone still alive. I've been investigating the underground fortress for the past few days, and I believe we need to make another breakout attempt. I reviewed the old blueprints, and that path leads for another exit that wasn't completely evacuated. We couldn't find the opening last time because we didn't have a specific target, but maybe this time. But we only have 1 explosion device left. If we take it there, we may still have a chance. People listen to her words numbly, perhaps been exhausted by the corrupted's constant encroachment. With the supplies depleted, everyone has already accepted their inevitable demise. Get up, all of you. What good is sitting around? We're tired. I lost count of how many days we've been in this hellhole. Please stop with this nonsense. We have 1 explosive device left. Are you going to waste it on another pointless exploration? How many times have you already tried taking people out there? Has anything ever come of it? That wouldn't be a waste then. Shouldn't we wait until the corrupted breaks through so we can blow ourselves up? Ungrateful bastards! Hey! They're not gonna listen to you this way. Just look at their filthy, lifeless faces. Vera rises shakily, making sure to support the still conscious Hush before sitting fully. That's how many people there are. They won't even fight for their own survival. They won't do anything unless you push them, like a flock of starving sheep. Unless you crack the whip hard, none of them will move. Ooh, damn! Vera speaks from the corner as she slowly places Hush on her back, draping the girl's lip arm on her neck. Our dear captain is still so gentle, but not me. I've always been that black sheep that rams into the fence. Vera raises her foot, then furiously kicks a metal bucket. Oh boy. The deafening crash sends precious supplies spilling across the floor, jolting everyone to attention. Send your best fighter to challenge me if you dare, otherwise you'll eat when I say so. What's wrong? Scared? Then do as I say. I want everyone who can move to get up and follow us. Those who can lie down and die here. I won't waste reinforcements on freeloaders. If you don't want to die now, keep up with us even if you have to crawl. Hello, Vera mommy story? Yeah, there's no damn. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whoever you may be. Yes, we are doing Vera's Arcade Anima, even though I'm getting ready to pass out from one, being tired, or two, the story is just that slow. And it has happened before because I do remember Cal Long. If y'all remember Cal Long's chapter, the very first one, that shit was fucking ass. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be very honest here. Cal Long's chapter, fucking ass. I ended up falling asleep reading that shit. So that could be a sign of this Arcade Anima just being fucking boring. I'm not gonna lie, it just could be boring. That's why I'm passing out every now and then. I think I finally got that fucking fly. But anyhow, yes, we are doing Arcade Anima, and then we're gonna be doing her floating record. This is just a prelude from what I've known, from what I've told. So, alright, here we go. And so, the remaining survivors follow the three constructs, trudging along as they once again make their way toward the exit. I couldn't even finish this one. It was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie, it is boring. That's why I keep passing out right now. That's why I'm like, ugh. This reminds me of ReZero. They grope their way through the dark, cramped space for what feels like an eternity until they all can be heard as the labored breaths of the refugees and the creaking of worn mechanical joints. What time is it? Is it night or? There is no answer except for the Hush's feeble voice. You're awake. Don't talk. Save your strength. Hush slightly raises her hand, instead gesturing for Vera to approach the wall.
My audio model is very sensitive. You probably haven't noticed this.
Vera pauses briefly before following Hush's words and letting her heavy head rest against the wall. Vera's eyes immediately widen. She can hear the sound of distant waves.
It's daytime when the tide reaches this point. We can't see the faintest glimmer of light, but the sound of waves still reaches us. This is probably the right direction. We're not far from the outside now.
Lack of Vera dog barking is baffling. I mean, I ain't gonna bark for a woman like that. Respectfully. I ain't gonna do that. I just ain't gonna do that. Splash. The exhausted crowd huddles together as they walk. No one notices the coming and going of the waves, and no one knows that the night has already passed another peaceful day and dawn beyond the underground fortress. When I do this story, all I think of is getting black cards. Just read all of it. I just read all of it. I don't even think I got any black cards from this. Do you even get any?
Dying in such a quietness wouldn't be so bad.
Don't talk like that. Very irritably, it adjusts Hush on her back. She wants to find the culprit who attracted the corrupted, but the tracking device she tore from one of them has temporarily stopped responding, making it impossible for further to determine its source. Even though Vera has already decided to let Hay go, Hay is probably still the only one who seems suspicious right now. But this suicidal action has also put Hay in danger if she just wants to desert. Huh. Vera suddenly lets out a soft mocking sneer. If she had not hesitated and had been ruthless enough to eliminate Hay back on day 30, they would have not been ended up in this inescapable situation. Vera shakes her head and abandons these thoughts that she watches as hay scout ahead. It was pointless to dwell on such things now. The only thing that matters is keeping everyone alive. What? Did you see? Vera snaps out of her jumbled thoughts to find a line of text displayed on Hush's bot, while Hay watches her with an inscrutable expression from up ahead.
Did you join Colonel?
Noticing the silence from the other two, Hush assumes they do not like the question and carefully rephrases it. A new line of text appears.
Why did all of us in Group 13?
Why? Why are you bringing this up again?
After I left my island, Colonel took me and he gave me a rather powerful frame. What about you two?
Vera lets out a dry laugh. She realizes that Hush has probably sensed the unease again. You always bring up this hometown nonsense for something like this? Absolutely ridiculous. Hush slumps against Vera's back, the strands of Vera's hair brushing her face as text keeps appearing on the bot.
I want to know. Talk with me.
Vera wipes away the condensation liquid on her face. She knows that Hush should minimize communication in order to conserve what stamina she has left. But liquid keeps trickling down her arm, dripping into the ground as Vera cradles Hush. Hush's vital fluid is seeping away. Vera can no longer come up with an excuse to refuse. Fine. You go first, Hush. Tell us your story. We're listening. As Vera continues walking forward, the cursor on Hush's bot begins to blink. Hush starts to recount her memories. Disconnected and incoherent, her mind seems to be fading away as her piecing together fragments of her memory in the final moments. As a wave rolls in, washing away the past of everyone. Oh, God!
There was a sound of waves just like this back then. My hearing was very sensitive for my modification. That day, I heard something unusual. I was with my big brother out at sea when the punishing virus broke out. We didn't make it home on that day. I could hear the thunder on the shore as we approached it. My mother whistled and told us not to come back. We drifted at sea for 2 days, but when we heard nothing from my mother, we made landfall on Strong Island. There were a lot of corrupted on shore. My brother and I got separated. I searched for him for 2 days, but I couldn't find him. And a group of refugees eventually took them like me. It was Colonel who fed me, turned me into a construct and installed this lab, something other constructs don't have. So this reminds me of 21. Oh, you know what? This reminds me of 21. Now that I'm putting 2 and 2 together, this kind of reminds me of 21.
Oh, I was speaking in the robot voice. Anyhow, this reminds me of 21. Whenever we have Bot and her. That's kind of what it reminds me of right now. And what did you have to do to repay that small kindness? The Bot falls silent for a moment. Say it. What did the Colonel ask you to do?
Stand on the front line and charge forward. That's all.
Do you just do whatever you're told? You can't talk straight, so you're not too sharp either. Hay, who has been quiet this whole time, suddenly speaks up. Perhaps only people like this can make it in the Special Force. It's not just physical pain she can't feel, she feels no pain in every sense of the word. I've noticed this ever since she first joined our group. Hey, she used to bluntly ask critically wounded soldiers how hurt they were. Huh? Oh, that was just asking for trouble. She caused so much chaos at the base camp that I had to take her somewhere more suitable, like the Special Force. At first, she couldn't feel the dead along her path, so she never tripped on the rotting bones. In the end, she got burned because she learned to care about others' pain. That's inevitable. Hay glances over at Hush's wound-laid body before quickly turning her head away, unable to bear the sight.
What about the kids here? How did you end up in this group?
All my old teammates are dead. Are you sure you want to know the details? Sensing no objection from her teammates, Vera stops forward, squeezing through a narrow passage between rocks as she begins to tell her story. Oh, it's simple. I voluntarily became a construct and killed some corrupted during an operation and ended up as the only survivor. That was when Colonel extended their invitation. After becoming Colonel's construct, I joined a few more operations against corrupted. Each time I was the only one to survive. How many is a few? Oh, not that many. I've done a dozen missions or so this year. The higher-ups started worrying about the casualty rate, so they've mostly stopped assigning me to team missions lately. What about your most recent one? Your last mission before you joined 13. Oh, that one was a bit complicated. Both my teammates were planning to desert. Vera paused briefly. They were going to kill me. They brought me to a cliff and threatened me, told me to jump and to be done with it. I'd never be the type to just jump off a cliff when cornered. I turned the tables and killed them both, then finished off all the corrupted they lured here too. Vera casually glances at Hay. I'm not going to be the first to die. I'm impressive. Hush offers a gentle praise, while Hay wears out a sour expression. The awkward silence falls over Hush. Hush is the only one who seems genuinely relieved that Vera survived. Who's next? What about you, Hay? I have nothing to say. My story isn't important. Are you unwilling to talk, or are you captains? Also impressive. Perhaps hoping her teammate can communicate better, Hush begins to recount Hay's stories despite her labored breathing, making it difficult.
Captain is really impressive as well. You might not know that, but I've known her for a while now. She's always been meticulous in everything she does during missions.
That's enough. Hound should focus on the road.
She was already working hard before joining the Special Force. She's a good person with inspiring goals. My bot malfunctioned before and she helped me find someone to repair it. She even taught me how to use my vocal module. That's how I can say so many things now. Also, I don't know what plan is.
That's enough, Moth. Hay stops in her tracks and turns to face the two teammates, her expression hidden in the darkness. None of that matters. Colonel doesn't need constructs with backgrounds or identities. They just need dogs that follow orders. To live comfortably in such an inhumane place, you either have to be born from this line of work or completely abandon whatever you once believed in. The two of you. One of you is called Death, bringing nothing but trouble wherever you go, and the other can't feel pain, being exploited as a disposable soldier who can keep killing even when both legs broken. But in a way, that's how I've made it this far too. What kind of codename is Hay? I don't know. I could not tell you. She lowers her head slightly toward Vera, her gaze meeting the light of Vera's chest. Vera sees her expression clearly, a textbook display of sorrow. Moth, Hound, have you ever thought about leaving this kind of life behind? We're alive, even if we're constructs. We shouldn't have to accept such a fate. If Colonel has kept us in prison here within their system, perhaps trying to break free is a good thing, after all. Someone raises a lantern, and the soft lighting illuminates the silent faces in the dim tunnel. Their thoughts, similarly, remain partially surrounded in darkness. Vera remains quiet. She notices the probing look in her captain's eye, but she cannot decide whether it is meant to incite betrayal or if it's a genuine display of her emotions. Most importantly, Hay's words seem to have touched parts of Vera's feelings she usually avoids. That's why she doesn't know how to respond. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. How important is this arcade Anima? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna push through, but holy fuck, there's better be some important shit in this thing. Otherwise, this is gonna be a waste of a read. Like, how important is this arcade Anima? Only Hush's bot softly answers.
Never.
The faint light in Hay's eyes dim as she forces a smile. Yeah, I understand. Colonel sits you. Suddenly, Hush begins tussling on Vera's back. Realizing what is happening, Vera does not try to stop Hush despite her actions might make her condition worse. Hush reaches over Vera's shoulder and grabs Captain's arm.
No, Captain. It's not Colonel that's it. If Colonel did take me in, I wouldn't have team that I belong to, and I wouldn't have submit. I wouldn't have met all of you.
Hush looks at Vera and Hay, managing a strained smile.
Everyone's family and friends are past. I lost my mother and brother long ago. Captain and Vera have been good to me. You've taught me so much. Captain contacted people to repair my damaged parts. Vera taught me how to retreat from the front lines and more. Perhaps there's no one else in this world but us.
Hay's lips tremble momentarily, wanted to say something, but nothing except an apology comes out in the end. I'm sorry. Hay gently lowers Hush's hand and carefully repositions her on Vera's back, then turns around and continues forging ahead. Hush, teach me one of those whistles. I mean, if they wanted to directly translate it, they would have wrote Hay, so H-E-I. Yeah. The feeling of the weight on their back was heavier. Vera initiates a conversation for the first time. What? You want to learn? Hush is beginning to drift in and out of consciousness. Teach me something other than homebound. I want to learn another whistle. Another. Another. Ooh. Then homebound it is. Sticking to that is just fine too. Okay. Hush slowly raises her hands to her mouth. I sacrificed my energy to read this and gave it all the wait, hold on. I sacrificed my energy to read this and gave up all the chapter 17 story. Oh, so you haven't read anything since chapter 17? Hush slowly raises her hands to her mouth. It feels like my energy is being drained. The sound of homebound is no longer lingering and powerful. Her voice is faint so that it cannot contest with the sound of waves outside. It may even be inaudible to those at the back. Hush manages a brief whistle before her strength fails her. Vera understands that Hush is slowly sinking into that sea. What?
I want to go home with you.
Hush bot stutters a line of text. Straining to support Hush, Vera pulls Hush's arm around her neck, urging Hush to hold on tight, like offering one last piece of driftwood to someone drowning. Alright, we're going home. Back to your paradise. Hey! Aren't you gonna turn around and see what she's saying? The silhouette of her captain looms faintly ahead in the darkness. She does not answer. There's no use avoiding it at a time like this. Whatever. Don't fall asleep, Moth. Keep talking. Tell me about that island, your family, the whistles, that rainbow-colored beach, and then we can go home. Hush's eye loses focus as she stares wordless at her captain's head. Her bot begins to flow with the text once more. This is the last time Hush describe her paradise.
My big brother would go fishing every day. I went to the school in town, and my mom occasionally went into town for groceries. I wouldn't go out to class, we'd rather go home for lunch instead. My big brother's pickled fish was the best, and mom's cake was delicious too. After lunch, I would lay on the beach. My coral fish were colorful. The fish were afraid of people, and they nibbled on your toes. If one got stranded in the shallows, they whispered back. There were no tourists, only the most peaceful life.
I skipped like 80% of chapter 17 story, too many, and I was in a rush to get black cards. I don't blame you for the black cards. I don't blame you on that part. Don't stop. Keep talking. We'll leave soon and check out that island of yours. You better wake up right now so we can find your brother together. Even if it means desertion. The figure ahead seems to pause briefly at the mention of the word desertion, but before Hay can react, Hush weakly speaks again. Hurts.
I'm not gonna find my brother.
Why?
My brother, Terry, he was trapped and corrupted. I heard it.
Her unfocused gaze searches for something, but ultimately gives up. Hush rests her head on Vera's shoulder and slowly closes her eyes.
He said it hurts. And I heard it. Because back then, Vera said it hurts. I heard it too.
Vera's footsteps suddenly halt, the memory of Hush dragging her through the shaking corridor feels like it happened just yesterday. Wait, is her brother Lloyd? Why the hell are you all looking after me after you're so badly injured yourself? Because it hurts. Hush tries her best. Never mind, disregard that. Her head and gives Vera a smile, and her equally battered bot also starts to make noise again.
Because you said it hurts. I don't know what pain is, but I don't want to hear you say you're hurting.
Memory suddenly floats back as Vera recalls what happened 2 days ago. As she was being attacked by the corrupted and struggling, a moth-like shadow darted forward and shielded her from the blow. Then she dragged her out, one step at a time. So that's what you wanted to, that's why you wanted to save me?
I don't want you to hurt. I want you to live.
Slowly, ever so slowly, Malta's life slowly leaves her as Vera steps forward, like a tiny insect falling for the candlelight. Her spirit gently dissipates like floating ashes. Like a delirious whisper, Martha's bot displays her final words.
So, this is what pain feels like. Just like Vera said, a memorable sensation. A feeling of separation.
The bot follows its master and seizes operation, falling into complete silence. The destiny of the moth and the flame concludes as death carries another departed soul. This burden is getting heavy. Hay realizes something and turns around, looking behind Vera. For a moment, Vera catches a glimpse of profound sorrow on her face, despite having long foreseen Hush's fate. Hay seems unable to accept it. What are you staring at? Mind the road. I could take point if we need to charge in. We've reached the end, Hound. The exit exists. And it's even better than we thought. It was already opened. And Hay brushes away the dust and rams her shoulder against the sealed exit, forcing open a narrow gap. Precious fresh air rushes through the gap, strong enough to lift the hair off Vera's forehead. But as the door opens, a drawing red light suddenly appears outside of the gap at the promised escape. 2 dots, 3 dots. One after another, the red lights gradually emerge and form a sea of crimson. Vera instinctively recalls those bioluminescent creatures that they wash ashore with the waves. We've lost our gamble, Hound. The light is dim and Vera cannot see clearly, but she catches a glimpse of the single tear rolling down Hay's cheek. So, Moth, you're just gonna stay here too? As if fate were mocking them, the corrupted horror blocking the exit begins to move before Hay finishes her words. The Empire passage trembles, dust trickling down from above. Can you imagine basically a free game and 100% guarantee getting S-Rake? I still have spent some money for Garnet. Not a simp, by the way. Oh, you're good. Yeah, the only time I'm buying stuff is for the skins now. Like, that's really it. Like, I can get the characters any other time, even if I don't get them on the 100% banner. I still have like an 80% chance of still getting them. So it's not bad. Looks like so. Put it down. The refugees in the back faintly overheard the conversation, and the despair of their failure quickly spreads from the front to the back. Bitter sobs of resentment rise from behind amid the shock. I knew it! We should have never followed the constructs of this wild goose chase! Look where it's got us now! Vera gently sets down the moth, consumed by flames, laying her to rest in a corner. Hey, allow me to say something unprofessional. I'm used to dealing with Colonel. I was actually thinking of letting you go. Special Force. Is it really how it is? When I was so young, when I first joined Colonel, and now it seems it confirms all those rumors. This place turns good people into monsters and the living into the walking dead. I thought you were different from those two who backed me into a corner before. I didn't think you'd sell out your teammates to save your own skin. I'm just upset that the kid died for nothing. I mean, she at least tried to pronounce Captain correctly. Vera pulls out the tracking device, staring at this blinking light in silence. What's that? My tracking device. I snatched it from the group of attacking corrupted. This thing is what drew them to us. Impossible. Why else would this secret exit be completely surrounded by corrupted? Vera extends her arm with the tracking device forward as it nears Hay's chest. The blinking light begins to glow steadily. The answer is obvious. Vera smiles bitterly, prepared to strike at the next moment. Impossible. You're still suspecting me. I can't afford the consequences of hesitation. Be honest with me so we can talk it through and I can judge for myself. Vera slowly uncheeses cereal. How about we negotiate this way? In the next moment, the sound of 2 blades colliding reverberates through the air, a clash that is similar to the previous one yet carries a subtly different meaning. Each blade reflects a twisted expression. Impossible! I never intended to hurt any of you! Oh sure, kill me and your testimony will be taken as truth! Hay suddenly grabs Vera's injured arm and twists it, forcibly pinning her to the ground as she winces in pain. Hay points her knife at Vera's throat, gaining the upper hand in this preventive strike. I don't want to make your injury worse. Don't make any sudden moves. Good! Completely disregarding the knife, Vera suddenly thrusts her head upward with all of her might. Immediately, vital fluid splatters as the blade plunges into Vera's left eye, destroying her visual model. Oh, so that's how she lost her eye. No! So that's how we got her skin of losing her eye. Have you lost your mind? Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much. As Vera cries out in pain, she quickly retaliates and reaches for Hay's arm that is restraining her, twisting and snapping it with a violent crack. Hay falls backward, clutching her broken arm, her body spazzing from pain. Before she can recover, Vera pins her down with a foot pressed firmly against her throat. We're even now. What a bunch of dogs of war. Pinning Hay down, Vera smiles as she grips and yanks out the knife from her eye socket in one swift motion. She points the vital fluid-drenched blade at the deserter, reversing the positions of power. I knew you were thinking about deserting long before we set out. You crazy colonel lapdog! So this is your true mission? So what? Now you get to listen to me bark at you. You better avoid any sudden movements and answer my question honestly. Vera places the tip of her knife into Hay's mouth. One shout and the blade will cut up on her lips. What did the Dahlias offer you that you're handling over a special force team on a silver platter with a bunch of clueless refugees? You idiot. The Dahlias is just using you to weaken Colonel's construct forces. They have no intention of sparing your life. Just look at the amount of corrupted they have drawn on. You didn't just kill your teammates, you've also doomed the entire town. Even the nearby conservation areas can be threatened if this many corrupted get out. Vera draws her blade and squints her injured eye as crimson vital fluid drips from her socket. I was going to let you go. Trusting your teammate really does drown you in your beautiful fantasies. I was contacted by Dahlias, but I never accepted their invitation. I just wanted to be free and escape Colonel so that I don't have to endure the cruelty of the survival of the fittest and join Concert Task Force, fighting like dogs to earn a reward of staying alive. But I never meant to drag you and Moth into it. Neither of you needed to get tangled up in my trouble. She was practically a child, and you... I heard you were just a student back then. Who would have thought that merely harboring the intention of escaping would lead to a hunt like this? So that mission to find the key was just for show? Obtaining it was so easily after all the trouble we went through just to make me suspicious for quite a while? Oh no, the mission is to find the key was real. Huh? The tracking device taken from the corrupted lies nearby, its light still blinking, both of them glancing at it simultaneously. Grab the key. Grab it! It's on me. Vera's eye flashed with realization as she reaches for the mission objective hanging around Hay's neck and yanks it off. A plain, unassuming access card looking almost like an insignificant trinket. Under Hay's glare of the nearly intangible hatred, Vera brings the tracking device onto the key, and the urgent blinking intensifies into a steady glow. Vera's grip loosens as Hay breaks free almost instantly. She scrambles to her feet, snatches the key, and crunches it in her fist with all of her might. The memory of buying this key in that seaside street remained crystal clear. Even their simple huggling seems overtly laughable now. They simply bought a fake and signed a death warrant to Group 13. We've been fooled by a simple trick all along. She laughed, savagely mocking her own stupidity. Oh, to think that we spent all this time suspecting each other, wearing each other down, and we ended up in this disaster. Oh, I've had enough. This ends now. The tracking device continues to blink sarcastically. She holds this mockingly close to her chest, taking it in. We still have a chance, Hound. No. She looks at Vera, a crazed flash flashing in her eyes. Now she truly embodies the spirit of Group 13. Can you help me complete this one final mission? I'll make this damn thing more useful for once. You take care of these clueless refugees. Don't turn a last bit of effort into another joke. With that, Hay kicks the door open, sensing something. The corrupted below all turn their red lights upward in unison. You were only assigned to our team to keep an eye on me. This mission was just for me and Moth. You were dragged into this. You're the one who needs to live. What did she do, jump down? Alright, episode 4. Actually, not episode 4. I'm gonna go use the restroom really quick. And then we go start chapter 4. So I'm gonna be right back. Make sure you all get some water in you. Get a snack when needed. And I shall be back soon.
gentlemen.
All right. Okay. Whew, almost done. I knew this was gonna take almost all the entire stream, but it is what it is. All right, I'm ready to roll if you all are. And to the 9 people who are here, welcome. Good morning, good evening, afternoon with you, baby. Hope you're all having a good one so far. Welcome to the stream. We are doing Anima, which is Vera's chapter, before actually doing her floating record, because I heard that this was mandatory. But I'm not gonna lie, this is a boring ass story, but it is what it is. We're gonna get through it, and then we get on to the main story. So, all right, here we go. Episode 4, Pure Land. Hay opens the door, gripping the key as she looks down upon the horde of the corrupted below. You think you can lure them away this many all by yourself? You're delusional. So you need to stay behind. It's the only way these refugees might have a chance to survive. How are you You were exactly right. They are a flock without a shepherd. They need you right now. When they detected the corrupted below earlier, they temporarily sheltered the refugees in a sheep pen in a forked passage. Hay mutters to herself once again. I wanted to live. Before she makes the ultimate choice, she finally tears off her mask and lets out a hoarse cry. I wanted to live! Just as you said, I wanted to run away. I wanted to escape from Colonel and Battlefield. When you were telling Moth these days to retreat from the front lines, I was paying even more attention than she was. Oh, truthfully, I'd probably be no different from the refugees behind us if I hadn't met you and Moth. Everyone's a self-serving coward at heart. Sometimes your presence is just too prominent. I find myself wanting a deeper connection with you, like I'd only call you by your code name. That's part of it, I think. You're out of your mind. Give me the tracking device. Vera grabs Hay's hand with the key tightly, the two locked in a fierce struggle. Give it to you? After everything that's happened, you still want me to let go? Never. Cut the nonsense. I won't allow someone to deviate a mind with a deviating mind like you two. Let me go, Vera. I can't take this anymore. This is the first time her captain has called a hound by her real name, causing Vera to freeze for a moment. Right. Vera. There's something I've always wanted to ask you for a long time. What must we pursue in order to survive? For me, I wanted freedom. I wanted to go to a paradise without viruses, war, and distrust. I'm always willing to hold on just a little longer for these dreams. Vera, what about you? Vera opens her mouth slightly, trying twice to speak, but her vocal model is hoarse with a rumble over the chest. What do you live for? Vera's mind races through countless thoughts, every moment from her birth until now, from the peaceful moment she once cherished to every battlefield she has transversed since growing up. From the heartbeat she once felt in her human body to the engines in her frame that pushed her forward just a little bit more from one more strike. She recalls the lives destroyed and the deaths spared by the punishing virus. She remembers when she stood among it all, the cold blood and vital fluid dripping down her blade. She thinks about all of them, and in the end, there is only one thing that she will remember for centuries to come. And so, Vera utters the word. It's pain. Hoorah! Receiving the answer, Hay laughs with tears. I knew it. I've always wondered what makes you live with such determination. If it's pain, I finally understand. Thank you. Oh! Holy shit! Hay suddenly twists Vera's arm and plunges a knife into it, pinning her firmly against the wall. The intense pain makes Vera wince as all sensation in her body concentrates all at this single point. This pain is unnaturally severe, nearly robbing her of her ability to move. You called me gentle the other day. Oh, who's truly the gentle one, I wonder? Stop struggling, Vera. I won't harm you. You'll live. I tampered with your arm when I was treating her that day. Who would have thought? I originally did it to prevent you from hunting down a deserter like me, but now it serves a different purpose. Look at those faces behind you. Look into their eyes. Hay kicks open the rusted metal door at the junction. Following Hayes' direction, Vera turns her face to meet the eyes of the refugees, all of them glimmering with the will to survive. You're the only one who can lead them to safety now. You're the last lifeline they can cling to. My reason to keep fighting is no longer enough to lead these people to safety. But perhaps I can march into a different way for a while longer, giving you all a chance to survive. Realizing something, Vera begins to struggle desperately. There's still enough time that these guys talked about. Didn't you want to see it? That was probably a fantasy. Moth was very young when she joined Kurino, and her memories were nearly post-traumatic self-embellishments. The trauma was so severe that she couldn't even remember her own name. So a place that's beautiful simply doesn't exist. I taught her many things, but the word captain was what she pronounces most clearly. She even asked me to teach her how to pronounce your name when you first joined Group 13, but she couldn't roll her tongue properly and kept calling me Viwa. I did consider desertion once, but I abandoned that idea after what happened to Group 009. I didn't want any of you to bear the burden of my mistakes and work your indecision. In the end, I took on this mission and thought to myself I could probably slip away quietly on my own in a remote place like Seaside Town, far away from Kurino headquarters, right? In the end, as you can see, my indecision has prevented all of you from breaking out of this place, leaving us trapped in mutual distrust. Hay gently pats Vera's injured arm in a comforting gesture. My mind is almost deviated, having been trapped down here. If what you say is true and dozens of days have passed, why hasn't Kurino contacted us even once? Vera, do you think Kurino also intended us to turn against each other? I had only one thought left when I realized that. I wanted Moth and you to survive, but now Moth is dead too, and my ridiculous fantasy ends here. To be honest with you, my teammates were truly the only part I didn't find revolting in Kurino. Hay turns towards the door, casting one final glance back at Vera. I agree with what Moth said. Perhaps there's no one else in this world but us. Live, Vera. I suppose that means we live on too. Let go of me! Vera nearly tears her shoulder apart from the second time when she finally manages to grip the knife's handle and pull out the blades, pinning her down. Vera lunges toward the door, reaching out to grab. But countless hands of refugees have reached out as well, grabbing a hold of Vera. Wow! Holy shit! Wow! What? Vera remains frozen in place, struggling as she watches Hummingbird leap into the abyss just beyond her fingertips' reach. Captain! Under everyone's gaze and abandonment, Hummingbird plummets into the swarm of corrupted below. The sound of metal clashing sends a heartbreaking screech to the air as vital fluid blooms outward like a flower. Hummingbird whirls her blade like a cyclone, cutting through the surging waves of corrupted in a storm mixed with her vital fluid as she slowly recedes into the distance, wanting to go somewhere far away to see the ocean. The false key she holds once gave her hope, and now she uses this mistake to lead the raging tide away from the shores full of the living. Until the tide recedes at the edge of the sea. A long, drawn-out whistle echoes from somewhere beyond the crowd's vision. Homebound.
When the fishermen were done fishing, they would whistle the sound to relay the message to the shore, so people on shore knew when to prepare meals for their return. Vera will be homebound soon too.
We homebound soon too. As the whistle ends, Vera hears an explosion. The plan to keep everyone alive has succeeded, but no one cheers. God damn it! There we go. Is this how you do it? Are my hands in the right place? Uh-oh, hold on. There we go. Hay was following Hush's guidance to impress her hands together, and Vera can actually caught a glimpse of the embarrassment on her face. So, what about other words? I've already learned about homebound. This whistle. It's not homebound. It's the new world she learned. Vera seems to want to say something, but she cannot utter a single word in front of the refugees. She now stands at the head of the refugees, leading these survivors as she takes on the mission of living on. And the refugees, the sheep, suddenly jump free from that unaccepted boundary around them as if inspired by the black sheep, and they no longer follow the crowd one after another. The first refugee steps forward, and having retrieved Hayes' weapon at some point, hands it to Vera. The second refugee steps forward as well, raising a lantern high to illuminate the path ahead. A third, a fourth. People support each other as they leave the sunless fortress and emerge into the open. This place is still not far from the sea. One can hear the waves providing a backdrop and the whistle sound as if one listened carefully. Corrupted continue to attack them throughout their escape, but Vera, leaning on her blade for support, cuts them down one after another. Vera's injuries continue to multiply along the way, forcing people to scavenge Moth's body to salvage usable parts for her. Moth's arm is now Vera's arm. It is as if Moth continues to live on through her. In occasional moments of days, Vera returns to that conversation with Hush on the 44th day, finally speaking the words she could not say back then. My hometown was quite far away from the ocean. The summer wasn't very hot, so it wasn't great for swimming, and it always snowed in the winter. There were plenty to do in the snow too, though I don't know if they were as fun as those on the beach. It's funny, really. Despite being born in the end of the Golden Age, I've never seen the sea with my own eyes. Most of my family were gone. Most of the time, I could only think better ways to survive. There is no better time to stop and take in the scenery. So I've never seen those landscapes you described. I've never seen a paradise like that. I've also never had teammates I could rely on. Wow, a very vulnerable moment for Vera. This is a very rare moment here. Wow. I should raise my blade, I think. It feels as though the hands of the refugees are still clutching on to her alongside Hush's, constantly pushing her to raise her blade once more. Shouldn't the purpose of raising my blade be to keep me alive? When did it become so complicated? She raises her blade, then raises it once more. After countless times she has raised her blade for others, she feels as though she too has arrived at the paradise Hush described. She seems to see a rainbow-colored beach, crystal clear waters, fantastically diverse coral, and noisy seabirds gobbling over food. Everything resembles the vibrant atmosphere of a chaotic, colorful festival. She gazes at the scene and smiles gently. In truth, she is the same. She also believes in the existence of that paradise. She is grateful to Hush for giving her hope. And so, the elderly and the children are surrounded at the center of the formation. They look up toward that splash of red at the very front. They're Valkyrie, standing at the boundary of Heal itself. And the people walk toward the side of life. Until... Someone's there! Look! There are people ahead! We're saved! Not far ahead lies a conservation area. Heavy rainfall falls from the sky. Though the curtain of rainfall, people can see that corrupted attacks has also reached this conservation area. Vera casts a heavy gaze across the distance. As expected, she spots a crowd of panicked refugees fleeing for their lives. But beyond that, there is a conspicuous squad of constructs within the crowd, standing in the pouring rain and shouting something. Everyone stay calm and maintain order. Our team has already contained the corrupted. There's enough time to evacuate. Alonia constructs. There are clearly not enough transport vehicles, but they have still managed to arrange the evacuation in a relatively neat and orderly fashion. Let those with children board first. The rest of you can... The speaking construct slips, but another construct quickly grabs and steadies him. Whoa! Thanks. The ground is so slippery. Are they capable of relying on each other? Vera stands in place, exhausted. When the construct from the conservation area notices them, she raises her hand and pushes the refugee closest to her. Go. Move on. Food. Water. Vehicles. You people need those things to survive, and they have them all. Her eyes fixed on the two constructs rushing toward them. Babylonia is probably a better place than Kurno. With Vera's push, the refugees who have come with her all run toward the constructs. They are finally safe. But Vera does not follow them to safety. A hound of the Kurno Special Force should probably avoid Babylonia personnel. She leans on her blade for support, walking toward the sound of waves, until the tide recedes at the edge of the sea. Vera reaches the shore. She finds a small boat, collapses onto it, and lets it carry her away adrift. Another wave crashes onto the shore, washing away Vera's staggering footprints on the sand and erasing everything. Wow, that's crazy. Raindrops fall on her face. The eyelashes quiver slightly as she opens her eyes. A human stands above her, intently gazing down on her face.
Found it. You're awake.
So, this is the place. The small boat by the shore carries the survivor and brings her to today, many years later. The person in the small boat is no longer a hound of Kurno, but Vera Babylonia. Before Vera can adjust her visual model, she sees a blurry shape sway before her, seemingly a human waving in front of her face.
Do you want to get up? I can give you a hand.
Get up? You're disturbing my rest. Never mind. Come sit with me for a while.
Sure.
Long accustomed to the service captain's demeanor, you cannot be bothered by her sharp tongue. You accept her invitation to sit beside her, right in the seawater. I didn't expect you to actually find this place.
Well, what did you expect when you sent me the exact same mail again?
With exaggerated melody, you pull up the mail from Vera on your terminal and read it aloud.
By the time you've received this letter, I will have already fled with countless treasures. I found the secluded paradise to hide away in, and I'll never return to Babylonia again.
Oh, so you've come looking for me again because of the letter I sent as a joke. I thought if I cried wolf enough times, you wouldn't fall for it anymore. Despite her words, Vera's expression clearly says, I knew you'd come all along.
Well, I didn't fall for it. I'll try my best to be there for you when you call for me.
Vera narrows her eyes for satisfaction. Good.
However, there really is a secret mission this time.
Oh, so Nikolai sent you? Did he tell you everything about the mission?
Just the mission objectives. I know nothing about your past connection to this mission, though.
According to Commander Nikolai, Vera is secretly searching for a key. Kurno has the key, and it's only a copy was lost toward the end of the Golden Age. After the punishing virus outbreak, Kurno sent people to recover a copy from the black market, but they failed, and there was no follow-up. But Babylonia suddenly becomes interested in the treasure behind this key and begins searching for the copy. They send Vera, who has a previous connection to it, along with the Grey Ribbon Commandant, who Vera requested.
Well, according to your speculation, the copy of the key is on this island.
That's right. Back when I was still the Colonel of Special Force, my squad never managed to find the real key. We were deceived and the entire squad was lost. We spent a long time suspecting each other while holding on to the fake key when the real one was being kept by Daedalus all along. Surprisingly, my captain survived. I heard she took revenge on the culprits, infiltrated the Daedalus, and made off with the real key. Her current whereabouts is unknown, but that was quite a badass sequel. Wow, so she survived? Holy shit! Okay, now this is more interesting. All right, hey, was the reading fucking ass in the beginning? Absolutely. Was it slow? Absolutely. But does it lead up to this point? Absolutely. Was it worth it? We're gonna see. Now Babylonia wants me to pick up where that mission left off. And the simplest approach is to find the whereabouts of this badass captain. So I got to work and found some information on those who might know something. I suggest you put away any unnecessary compassion. Those informants deserve worse than they got. They sold out plenty of people back when they were with Kurno. Our mission went wrong because of them as well. Just an eye for an eye, that's all. However, I'm certain she'll eventually come to this island, even without finding the ones who sabotaged our mission back then.
Would you tell me more about what happened? Consider it repayment for me agreeing to this mission.
Vera glances at you, seemingly contemplating whether this exchange of her past is appropriate. In the end, she chooses to tell you her story. It's quite a long story.
We have all the time in the world, Vera.
As she speaks, the sea gently washes over the two of you on the beach like waves of distant memories breaking shore. Her story connects three people. Vera begins from when they were all nobodies and tells the formation of Colonel Special Force Group 13. How they went from complete strangers to soul-bound by inevitable threads of fate. From distrust to two defeats she pretends to dismiss, yet her eyes cast downward every time she remembers them. From the fall of Moth and Hummingbird to the hands she could grab and not grab in time to the refugee's handle that firmly grasps hers then. From her boarding a small boat in the rain all the way to now, this very moment. Vera finishes her tale before pointing to the beautiful scenery before you, the very paradise she has described in her letters. One last thing. Do you think this island is beautiful? Does it live up to our fantasies? This is Rainbow Beach, the beautiful homeland of Hush. It's also the paradise that Hay also dreamed of escaping to. If she really survived, this is where she would come. She lies down, stretching her limbs to feel the shallow waves washing over her and the colorful coral reef beneath. You listen silently, turning your gaze once more to the city before you. Oh! Yo! Oh, whoa. There's a beach in front of my home. We call it the Rainbow Beach. The Rainbow Beach has very shallow
waters. Shoals of fish will appear on high tide, and the coral beneath reveals itself when the tide recedes. The corals are so colorful and gleam in the sunlight.
There are no colorful coral reefs or swimming fish here. Only gray, white, dead corals and mountains of bleached bones. The so-called paradise was nothing but a fabricated memory from a girl and a desperate fantasy from a woman dreaming to escape. Dang, what a feast. Maybe this one was worth reading. Left my ass off. I don't know. I'm still 50-50 with it right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still 50-50 with it. This paradise was destroyed by the punishing long ago. Vera laughs bitterly at the scenic view, lying in the gray water as she gently touches her once damaged left eye. What a joke. Everything from her time with Colonel ultimately turns into bleached bones.
No. Vera, perhaps it's not like that. Their struggles were not erased. They lived on, in another way.
You point at Vera. Amidst the decay, a streak of red remains vibrantly alive.
And in the process, a new, vibrant team is born.
Behind that streak of crimson stands a special squad that causes a commotion every single day. Don't go interrupting my thoughts. That's something so noble in righteousness. I've only ever thought about how to keep myself alive.
But yourself seems to have expanded.
Time passes and the Hound has become Cerebus. After losing Group 13, is Vera also not trying to find closure for that chapter of her life? She has repeatedly volunteered for missions related to Dalius, and even after its fall, she has continued moving between its remaining branches. She has witnessed more malice and bleached bones than what lies in this beach now. Her endless search finally comes to a halt in one of the laboratories where she finally finds a single living being. Specifically a construct. A white shadow. The white shadow reached out her hand against Vera's blade as if wanting to embrace her. Don't leave me. I She propped up with the white shadow by her shoulders, adjusting her position like a doll. She stopped her bleeding with practiced motions. Are you an angel? Vera was momentarily stunned. She likely said something dismissive out of habit afterward, but once the girl lost consciousness, Vera carried her over her shoulders. I do remember that, yup. And then there was that rainy night. As collapse closed and contact with the Colonel failed a familiar passage, Vera grasped her higher-up's intense survival of the fittest, like how Group 13 was left to struggle underground for over a month years ago. Colonel was once again trying to eliminate the weaker one between them. She ordered number 21 to retreat, refusing to let another life wither away under her watch. But that idiot would not listen. Number 21 hunched over, shielding Vera from falling rocks while desperately dragging her toward the exit. Even with vital fluid pouring beneath her, even if she finally collapsed on that rainy night, number 21 was determined to bring her home safely. And so, a white shadow was added to her shoulders. Hey! Stay with me! You wanted me to lug your corpse all the way back? I'm not. She carried number 21 firmly on her back, feeling the warmth against her shoulders. For the first time in her life, she felt grateful. Her bonds with her teammates have already transformed into an unyielding obsession, firmly rooted in her past, just like her own stubbornness. And now, as the thread of fate continued to weave, the Hound has been rewarded with more futures ahead. Even without Group 13, Vera now possesses the possibility she has never been before imagined. Countless threads weave into the tapestry of fate, and all that cause and effect have played out. It always chooses the perfect moment to bring people together.
Now, you must live on for all of them.
Yeah, you're right. The captain of Cerberus rises from the beach and walks toward the bleached bones. Among the pile of bones, the remains of a construct stands conspicuously out of place. Hummingbird's appearance is no longer discernible, having been washed on and eroded by the seawater. Oh! Starting with her, Vera pries a small access card from the hand of the construct's remains. Okay, so she was here, but she died. A plain, unassuming access card, looking almost like an insignificant trinket. Because the paradise of her imagination didn't exist. She lost her will to live and chose to end her life. I must admit I don't like your ending, Hummingbird. I prefer what the Commandant just said. Vera clutches the key tightly as if gripping a newfound conviction. Why don't you leave the real key to me? Wow! Vera secures the key and lets out a distinctive whistle, the sound carrying across the waves into the distance. Hey, Commandant, you've heard the story. Want to guess what that meant? I'll give you a hint. Hummingbird whistled it when she was leading the corrupted away.
Homebound.
Vera burst into laughter. Oh, you got it wrong. She thrust her banner spear into the beach, its flag instantly unfurling and fluttering into the air. It means set sail. I will open up the next paradise. Hey, okay. Alright, number 5, New Dawn. This is taking us to the last of the chapter. The treasure hunt on the sea has an unexpected new chapter.
Not yet. Can't whistle yet.
Standing in the lightless prison. Alright, hold on, I gotta switch my... Oh, never mind, we already did it. Never mind. Cancel. Standing in the light prison. Actually, yes I do. Starting / finish. / finishing. If I could spell it right. Save. Boom. Okay. Standing in the lightless prison, you stare at the man seated in the chair beyond the bars. Though you cannot make out his face clearly, you can tell from the occasional sounds he makes that he is probably quite young.
I don't think I know him.
You executed Vera's castaway scenario half a day ago and was taken away by the Aurora Squadron. Everything has been proceeding accordingly to the plan, but ever since the Aurora Squadron brought you to this prison from the beach, this young man has not stopped staring at you. It's impossible not to feel uneasy. Wondering who I... Ooh. Young man. Wondering who I am? Let me introduce myself. I'm Hanif, a squad captain. If I'm not mistaken about who you are,
You're something of a distinguished guest. We can't afford to treat you poorly. But you still locked me up, and you still searched me.
You take 2 small steps forward and grip the railing in front of you. Everyone in the room tenses up immediately. From the corners comes the sound of bullets being chambered. Anyone who just happens to be rescued from the sea ought to be observed for a while, especially with the recent incidents occurring topside.
Was it just an accident or intentional?
We should be asking you. I don't believe in coincidences. We're carrying out your regular mission. We're carrying out our regular mission, so how is it that we just happen to find a Babylonian combat near the deserted island? You carefully consider your words and decide to probe a little bit.
I was on a mission. Babylonia is looking for something, but I ran into a small accident at sea.
Oh, could it be that we're looking for the same thing?
Why is it he's suddenly putting the act on by himself?
Oh, that's not a good idea. We don't need to share anything with Babylonia. That is Kurno's business. An eerie silence spreads between you. He has clearly rejected any attempt at friendly communication. Hanif rises to her feet and beckons with his hand. The squad member approaches from the shadows and asks something in a hushed voice. Should we take the Commandant away or directly? Oh, we'll relocate the Commandant first. Ensure Commandant's safety at all costs. I'll talk to the higher-ups. As you listen to the discussion, a sudden feeling washes over you that something is not quite right.
No, this wasn't the plan.
Are you nervous? Seemingly noticing your subtle changes in your expression, Hanif smiles and approaches, his eyes gleaming faintly in the darkness. He moves until he is right at the bar, as the two of you now face to face with only a cage between you. Hanif's voice drops to a taunting whisper. Oh, don't be nervous. I was just teasing you. You're playing your part well, so have some faith in yourself, Chief. His piercing gaze makes your skin crawl, and you have lost your patience to continue this performance with him. Without hesitation, you bring the back of your hand. You bring the back of your hand to your lips. Stop it! The soldier whistles quickly, raises their weapons, but a sharp, prolonged whistle has already sounded. Lower your weapons! This room is soundproof. The signal wouldn't reach the outside. The squad members uniformly lower their weapons, yet remain intently focused on the situation unfolding in front of the cage. No one notices the discordant streak of color appearing overhead.
I think we put on enough of a show.
Hanif keeps his right hand hidden underneath his coat, fiddling something while maintaining the air of nonchalance as he continues to ramble on. I should have tied you up your arms and legs as well.
I told you not to get close.
No one expects the caged prisoner to thrust an arm out with lightning speed, precisely clamping down on Hanif's throat. Leader! Vera, now! As that name escapes your lips, the sound of bodies hitting the ground echo one after another, traveling forward from behind. Yes, sir! A red shadow dashes among the soldiers, taking down everyone in their path. Not a single bullet has time left to barrel before the red figure arrives in front of the cage. Vera watches the standoff between prisoner and jailer with leisurely interest, a dazzling smile spreading across her face. Are you two really getting in your roles, aren't you? Everything's already taken care of. Thanks to the tracker we planted in your mouth earlier, we had completely lost our dear Commandant otherwise. Hey, can you let go already?
I want to teach this book a lesson, but... Fine, I'll show restraint.
Seeing Vera raise her weapon, you decide to exercise some restraint.
Vera, stop. Open the door now.
Hanif rubs the red and swelling on his neck, coughing as he unlocks the cage for you. Thinking it over, he is surprised when Vera suddenly delivers a swift kick to the back of his knee, sending him crawling to the ground. He looks up. Oh yeah, Mom cooking my pizza. I'm about to be feasting. Let's finish this. He looks up and meets Vera's dangerous gaze. Oh, consider this a warning. I heard everything clearly from above. You said quite a few unnecessary things to my Commandant. Next time, you won't be so lucky if you try to act clever or run your mouth. I don't know what game you're playing, forcing us to eliminate all your squad, but understand this. Now that we dealt with all of them, you're truly alone. After this, you'll have no choice but to follow our instructions. And don't even think you can defect to Babylonia this way. We won't accept it. As expected of people who go along with such an absurd plan. I already heard those exact words from this one. Anima looks at you as you flex your wrists. I still want to teach this book a lesson, damn it!
But I'll let this young buck go. We need to get to business. You said you'd lead us to the treasure chest if we helped you ditch the Aurora Squadron. Do you still remember that promise?
I haven't forgotten my promise. I can take you there anytime. It's just behind the island.
Let's go then. Time for the end of your bargain.
A few days ago, you arrived at this beach to rendezvous with Vera for your appointment. You found your mission objective, the true key amid Hummingbird's remains, and Vera revealed the story of Colonel's Group 13. Meanwhile, this young man from Colonel also showed up as if he'd been waiting there the whole time. He proposed a deal with the inexplicable excitement in his voice. Oh, finding the key isn't enough. I know where the treasure chest is. Getting the treasure chest through me is definitely faster than negotiating with Colonel to Babylonia. However, we need a convincing reason for me to slip away from the Aurora Squadron. That works out perfectly then. Here. Vera gently pushed you forward. Oh, is this bait good enough for you? If the Aurora Squadron dares to make a move against the Commandant, I'll have a legitimate reason to act. Oh, don't be so surprised. Since you're here, we might as well make good use of you. We don't have any better bait on hand.
You've got to be kidding me.
Anna's eyes linger on you for a while before he finally nods. Oh, yeah, that's enough. More than enough. I look forward to the moment when you abduct me instead, Chief. With a gun pointed at Hannah, you make your way to the shore until bushes and wild fence block your path. Wait, okay, so hold on. So is Vera part of Babylonia now? Did she defect Colonel? The tall wire fence, draped in black fabric, prevents anyone from glimpsing the shoreline beyond. It looms over the three of you. Ah, so this is Colonel's treasure trove up ahead. You synchronize your location data with Babylonia, then signal for Vera to pull back to the curtain. Double agent? Ah, wait, okay. So are both Vera 21 and Noctis double agents then? You synchronize your location data with Babylonia, then oh wait, whatever this part. No, not exactly. This is just a waypoint, rather. Since now she works with Nikolai. Oh, okay. So she's been a double agent for a long time then. I think they even mentioned that, correct? I think, yeah. So they've been a double show. So they've been double agents for a long time then. As the curtain slowly falls, the wind rises. The sea surges violently against the shore as the warship suddenly appears before everyone. What the fuck? We have a warship? This is the arc that steers toward the treasures. Vera stares intently at the ship through the wire fence. She slowly breaks into an excited smile, not expecting the next opportunity to set sail would arrive so soon. Wasn't expecting another chapter on this treasure hunt. You gaze at the scene before them, your eyes lingering on Vera's frame. Your memories drift back to a time when the sea breeze carried the damp, slightly bitter accent of Atlantis. This is truly the perfect moment to set sail once again. Vera tilts her head and looks over, her crimson hair dancing in the wind. Commandant? Oh, my Commandant. Since I extended my invitation to you, you should see it through to the end, shouldn't you?
That we shall. Let's go then.
Hell yeah! Woo! We did it! Ooh, gift! What's the gift? In remembrance of this pleasant time we shared, please accept a small token of appreciation. What is this? Vera's Heart Medical Kit. One time after a mission, Vera brings you a medical kit, hoping it can help you take care of yourself. Out of caution, you have to look inside. The painkillers have been replaced by several doses of amphetamine? Besides, a special whistle on the corner might save your life in critical situations. Ah, okay. Okay. Nice. Ah. Oh, you can even see, that's cool. Okay. Now, if I remember right, complete heart trial with the Complete target 5. What's target 5? Oh, reach affection level 5. Well, that's easy. Well, hold on. Is it... What do we even get from this? What do we get? I don't remember what we get. Oh, fuck, it's not what I wanted.
Does that
Okay.
future you envision include
Well, anyhow,
the one I hold
we
so
finished
dear?
it, ladies and gentlemen. Finally. I figured it was going to take the entire stream, but we did. I'm not surprised. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, Spark to Wildfire. That'll be Thursday's stream. I am excited to get into this story. After everything that's happened with her floating with her arcade Anima. Granted, it took a fucking ever, but we got through it and we got it and it's worth it. So now we lead up to here. So I can see why it was needed to be done. So I'm excited. This should be a good chapter. This should be a good read. Whether I do a short film or not is going to be yet to be determined. But so far, not bad. Not bad. Like I said, very, 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 very slow start, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now we can just move on from there and go to chapter 12 with the floating record, Spark to Wildfire. So I am excited for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for tonight. We made really good headway. We're going to be starting floating record Thursday night, 7:30, 8 o'clock, like I said, because of me helping my cousin out right now. And this will probably take maybe 3 streams. Maybe. We're going to see. Yeah. I'm excited. I got a long night ahead of me. Like I said, I got to get the short film done tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it done tonight. We're going to see and get it released by Thursday. That is the plan. So short film for Selena is going to be done. Should be done tonight. Then I'm going to be working on the Jateve's floating record. Jateve's short film, because I did say that I was going to get one. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I have an idea. And then I'm going to be working on some back-end stuff. So like I said, a long, long night. I'm probably not going to be sleeping for a little bit tonight. It'll probably not be till like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what? You got to make them sacrifices. So it's going to be good. Your loyalty to Selena is incredible. You didn't kneel to Vera. Well, okay. Now, granted, we haven't got to Vera's story yet. I haven't made a commitment to none of the ladies here. I haven't made a commitment to Lucia, to Luna, to Karenina, to Vera, to Selena, and yeah, I haven't made a commitment to none of them. None of them yet. So yeah, she ain't gonna make me bark. All right, we're gonna say that. She ain't gonna make me bark. So you need to kneel to Vera. Well, she's gonna have to impress me pretty well in this chapter when we go to read her chapter. Then she's gonna have to really impress me with her chapter if I'm to even consider it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I got to get ready for the long night ahead. I thank you all so much for being here. It has always been a pleasure. It has always been a lot of fun. And to end on a good note, too. Yes, did I get spoiled? Doesn't matter. Not really, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's only going to make me enjoy the chapters that I've read right now that much more better. And, you know, life's too short to be hung up on that. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here. I will see you all Thursday night. 7:30 to 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, where we will be starting Vera's floating record, Sparks to Wildfire. I'm excited. Until then, you all have a good night, a good evening, a good afternoon, and a good morning. And I'll see you all later. I'm out. Peace.
Oh, would you call me on my sins?